Fingers crossed.
Whoa, hey, that was quick. Good evening and welcome. And thank you to, okay. It's like, bam, also I'm hearing events already. And thank you, Pon, for throwing us over with your community. It's always good to have everybody here. Busha, if that's the first time you've seen the opening, enjoy it. It's not long for this world. I want to remake it. I love the music that Wally Pleasant provided. You can find him at wallypleasant.com. I think he is a singer-songwriter, originally based out of Michigan, East Lansing area, and now he's somewhere else, but he's on the internet. So, and indeed, we are rocking the corrective lenses. So I'll take it across the board. I do have to admit, I'm a little jealous of the octagons. Just a little bit jealous on that particular front. But I'll take what I can get. My name is Rob, by the way, aka Lair Noir, and we are playing some Dungeons and Dragons tonight in a homebrew game that is titled Valley of Plenty. And the players at this point have fully discovered that the valley is indeed plentiful when it comes to food. There is no lack of it, which has its ups and its downs. And we're back on Twitch this week. We want to thank everybody who followed us over to YouTube for the night, which freaked me out this weekend because I was updating my playlists and I was going through my VODs over here on Twitch. I'm like, how did I lose an entire night's D&D game? Where is it? Where? It's like, oh yeah, we weren't here. And we were saying before we started, it sounded like Twitch did see a small, 20% drop in viewers, Molly was saying, and that's not insignificant. And I know I got an email Friday from Twitch going, hey guys, we've got all these really great tools to help you manage your channel, and we're doing these other things, hopefully. So I don't think that email landing when it did was an accident. So I do think maybe the needle will move, and that's a good thing. But on to tonight's game. Before I do the recap, we should find out who's playing tonight. And we're going to loop around the table, starting with Barely Molly. Quick round of introduction. Who are you? And who are you playing tonight? And what are your current thoughts of the situation that your character is in?
Hi, everybody. I'm Barely Molly, or Bear, or Molly, whatever you prefer. And I play Winnie, the Furball Druid, who usually looks a lot like a cow, is currently a giant spider, and from what I last remember is being bowled down a hallway by a big statue. And the only reason I remember that is because I drew it. Strike. So, that I think I am currently fuzzy-headed. I'm being bold, so I don't really know what my character's thinking other than, oh my god.
Awesome. And then we're gonna loop around counterclockwise this week, so we'll head on down to RJ, who's muted.
Muted. Hi, everybody. I'm RJ. Today I'm playing Linton Rumblepot, the Halfling Paladin. That one dad grunt is probably what Lynn's thinking right now as he's staring down the hallway with the animated armors at the other end.
And that's solid. Tiffany.
Hello, Tiffany here, playing Mad Moira, who is a little angrier than usual at this rectoress that we worked so hard to get to come with us and has not really proven to be very interesting. And now you've got the wolf spider being bold and Linton being dad, angry. And I thought we dealt with the statues. We didn't deal with the statues. There's a lot.
Last but absolutely not least, Pond.
Hi everyone, I'm That Other Pond. I play Sierra, who is an Earth Ganassi ranger, and she's just like ready to go. She also slightly helped the statues get out a little bit. At the time, it seemed like a good idea, but she's a little regretting it now. But it's cool. It's cool. We got this.
Do you though?
1,000%.
Of course we do.
Do you though?
Take it till you make it.
That would indeed be the spirit. So a very brief recap to get you caught up on where we are in the game. The party set out on their adventure as guards to a caravan of pilgrims looking for a better life out in the frontier, showing that simple living can be prosperous and happy. Then the caravan of happy pilgrims was beset by undead, followed immediately by a wave of overpowering fog and mist. Finding their way out of it, they found themselves in the Valley of Plenty, a small town surrounded by farmland where the sun does not shine, where the crops wilt, yet every cupboard remains fully stocked with the tastiest of foods. Their investigations have led them now to the ruined manor house at the far side of the valley, where they've begun to explore the undercroft to see if perhaps the rumors that the zombie hordes began their assaults from here are true. Last week, they discovered also that this undercroft has been made the recent residence of a large group of spiders and one in Ettercap, leaving them to wonder, oh, great. And then if I recall correctly, the last thing y'all had to deal with was those two statues at the end of the hallway, which are currently tearing themselves free of all of the webbing holding them in place. And that is exactly where we said, and we're going to stop there. Did I leave anything out of our recap?
Think so.
Okay, so now the question becomes, what next?
Well, next we're gonna take out those statues.
We're still in initiative, right?
No, we're between combats at the moment.
Oh.
You have time to do other things if you are so inspired.
Because Winnie had rewebbed. Sorry, can't talk. Rewebbed the statues, and I had helped, didn't we?
Yeah. So I mean, I think what I did was I scurried back over to them, and then they bowled me down the hallway. So can I web them from a distance?
No.
Webbed is a ranged spell attack or a range attack.
Fred, are you okay? Move an arm.
Valid point. You can use your web at range, but if you want to guarantee they don't pull themselves loose, you're going to have to get over there and do a little bit more intricate knot work with them.
Okay. What kind of roll would that be?
You tell me.
Would it be animal handling by chance? Yeah, I didn't think so. I don't know.
I'm feeling the survival.
Okay, that's fine with me. I'll attempt it again. I will scurry back over. Second time's the charm.
Start spraying them with the webs on your way in.
Yeah.
Very reasonable.
Okay, let's see. Oh, the dice are very clunky today.
I see that. We've got the prompt coming. We're all waiting with bated breath to see what it turns up.
Big old 9.
Big old 9. That's a little... You've got it restrained.
Okay.
But they're still loose. Like they're still like pulling out a limb and kind of swatting out, and they kind of get stuck in their limb, comes out, and it looks like in a matter of minutes they're going to start to pull loose of everything. What would you like to do?
Fred's got the right idea as Lynn starts pulling out rope from his bag.
We have an assist. I like it. Welcome, everybody, for coming on in. You have not missed a thing. We have just gotten our evening started. And Gunstar, thank you for adding that that host. We love having you here. Very brief catch up. We're right in the middle of a scene. You can see the very rough sketch below. The party is at the end of a hallway in the undercroft of a ruined castle where they are dealing with two animated statues. Our druid is attempting to web them up because she's shapeshifted into a spider, while the paladin is attempting to help with good old-fashioned hemp. Rope. He's not smoking it. Although maybe that would help. I don't know. I'm not going to judge. You do you. It's legal now in most states. If not, it should be. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and roll it again with the assist.
Oh, a survival?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
I got this.
Do you,
It's
though?
gonna happen.
Do you?
Don't you judge me.
I'm not judging. I'm asking.
Oh, no, it was on a 20. It was on a 20.
And now it's on a...
A 2.
Ooh. Ooh, that didn't go any better. That didn't go a lot better.
It sat on 20 for so
Kraken
long.
49 hype party
does
hopper,
that.
Lanta 9 hype Lanta 9 shiny.
It does that. Does anyone have any other plans as they watch one of the hands gets loose and starts to come down and like grab at the spider, trying to get the webbing out as fast as it can, while Linton's just weaving the rope in and around, trying to pin it back.
Oh, you're muted, RJ.
Sorry. If the rope don't work, I'm grappling.
Do we want to fight these things, or do we really want to restrain them?
I'm good with fighting them.
Yeah, I think so. Did we do anything to see if they're evil and just on guard and we can get them on our, or we're just gonna... Oh, my minion. Oh, I'm gonna hit it.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit it.
Then we shall dive into... I mean, if that's everyone's plan, we can dive into combat again.
Yeah,
I think Tira was on it.
Do we get advantage since they're semi-webbed?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, absolutely.
cool.
In fact, I'm going to... Let me get them into the battle board again. And we will add those tags, get your initiative roll, and let's see what happens. Usually we go a little long before we get into combat because this probably isn't the only one on the night, but we'll see what happens. So Winnie starts at 11. Moira comes in at... We're waiting on it. Sierra comes in at 21. Linton also at 11.
I got a 19. I didn't hit advantage. Sorry.
I think I'm 10.
I see it. Thank you for catching that, good sir. And Moira comes in at 10.
Oh, and I don't know if you need to tag this, but as a wolf spider, I have 11 HP and a 13 AC.
I can do that.
Okay.
I'll just throw those on as additional tags and then refresh the screen. And 13 AC.
Lynn, we don't have a way to know if these are good or bad, do we? Do you?
I have divine sense, but right now I'm a little busy.
You are. You're also much lower in hit points than I thought. Sorry.
When did that happen?
I think at the end of the last game, wasn't it? I think we haven't. You and Sierra are down.
I'm also out of spell slots, so this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I know. Maybe.
This is really a game of resource management.
You guys, I
different when you
asked.
forget per week.
Just gonna say.
I have 2 slots. I'm
Yeah.
literally a warlock without cantrips.
That is a tough spot to be in. Okay, so by the way, Gunstar, we will do that, but we're gonna wait a little bit before we do. So I see that on deck. We absolutely will be taking a break for that a little bit later, but things are a little too hectic right now. I need to know what Sierra's doing in this moment that the decision has been made.
So, yeah, naturally going to be the one that attacks first. You said that there was a hand that was reaching out for Winnie, right?
Yes.
Like through the webbing. I would like to shoot that hand with my arrow. and mark it with Hunter's Mark first.
Bonus action. Mark it. Action.
Okay.
Shoot it.
Perfect.
Player, throw the dice. Now, here's the good news. As long as they are restrained, you are rolling with advantage.
Okay. I'll roll it one more time in case I crit.
Uh-huh.
If I did not.
Remember, you can right-click on anything on D&D Beyond and pick roll with advantage, and it'll kick both dice to you.
Yeah, I forgot to do that the first time.
That's okay. That's okay. It's not often you fight things that are restrained. So
So that was 19.
that's totally, yeah, 19 will hit. So that's the damage from the bow. So that's 9 plus an additional from the mark.
6.
That's a nice opening salvo. That leaves it
Yes.
hurt.
Yes.
How's Linton doing?
If the grapple's not working out, he lets go, pulls out his Morning Star, and just goes for a golf swing.
No, the same one, I assume?
Same one, yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. 20 of the dirty variety to hit.
Hey, we'll take him.
And then it takes 8 points of bludgeoning, or piercing damage, sorry.
Okay, 8 piercing to the wounded one. The good news is there more coming from the paladin?
That's it.
Okay, I'll take it. The good news is it is still restrained, but it's still prying itself loose. So it's going to make an effort to make an attack on the nearest thing it can hit that's it's angry at, which in this case would be Linton.
Uh-oh.
So let's see. Ooh. Ow. Okay. So it manages to rip as it's pulling its arms loose, and Linton's taking his swings at its upper body. Linton doesn't notice that one of its legs comes loose, and it just pulls its knee right up into Linton's chest, sending him stumbling back up the hallway. Linton's going to take 5 damage from that. But he keeps his feet underneath him. What's our spider doing?
Okay. Everyone's getting advantage while they're webbed, right?
Yes.
Okay. If I continue to try to hold the webbing, will they stay restrained longer? Or is it like at this point, it doesn't matter, we should just be attacking?
You can decide if you want to shoot for incapacitated, you can. But it's going to take that survival check.
Okay. Is it would it be a high DC?
Don't know. When was the last time you turned yourself into a giant spider and attempted to restrain animated skeleton? I'm sorry.
I mean,
suit
not
of armor.
today.
Last week?
Yeah.
Well, that's a typical Tuesday, right?
Wednesday.
Oh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, because I think if they get out, it's gonna be a much bigger problem. I'll try one more time.
Okay. Go for it. And
I don't know.
It's coming.
18.
18. That is a solid survival check. We'll take that. Is that the one we're fighting, or is it the other one?
I guess whatever one is the freest. I assume that's the one that just hit Linton.
Okie dokie. We shall upgrade it to incapacitated. So, actually, it's still restrained too. So you get the benefits of both. I'll put both tags on there so we don't forget. We're overwhelming my ability to keep track of all the tags. I like that. That's fun. What is Moira doing in this moment?
Moira would like to use the two-handed weapon fighting. Play the one that is not the one that Winnie just hit.
Okay.
Like the drums. And then hit the cymbal, which is the head, and try and knock it off.
Fair enough. So, first attack and then second attack, and you can pop them both with advantage.
Oh, right. Dang it.
That's okay. We'll take the
So
22.
22. So damage from that is...
A little bit. Not a little bit.
And
That's serviceable.
the short sword is... Oh, dang it. I wrote... I just rolled the damage first.
Well,
Sorry.
let's see how the hit goes.
I forgot to do it with advantage. Wait. Is that one supposed to be advantage or no? Just
They're
the first
both
one?
with advantage
Both with advantage.
because it's
Okay.
restrained. Oddly enough, you start to wail into it and realize that your blades just aren't that effective. It doesn't squirm so much as like the dagger you got in somewhere and you popped off some rivets, but that short sword just you can't get the angle to get in and do a lot with it.
Okay.
They may be restrained, but they have a pretty decent AC. It's going to use its action to attempt to do something nasty to you because you're right there.
Fair.
I mean,
Fair enough.
right there. Let's see. So I got to use that one, and that is not enough, and that's not enough. However, it's not able to pull itself loose enough to do much, which then loops us back and around to our ranger.
I'm gonna launch another bow. I'm gonna do the one that Moira just hit. Since it, yeah, let's do that.
Uh,
17.
Okay.
That and my hunter's mark. So 7 for the damage, 6 with the hunter's mark as well.
So another 13. As bits of armor come flying off and get caught. I mean, they fly back and get caught up in webbing behind it. How's our paladin doing?
Not great. Not bad. Yeah, he's going to use his lay on hands and heal 5 HP.
A reasonable choice.
And then he was knocked away, you said?
Yeah, you're within your move to get back into the fight.
Cool. He'll get back into the fight, probably next to either Moira or Winnie if he can get both. Even better.
Okay.
But that's his turn.
No, that's just your move. You got it. Oh, that's right, because lay hands is an action.
Lands an action, yeah.
That's right. Let's see. This one is incapacitated, so it's not doing a darn thing. Winnie's up. Oh, I guess I should roll it safe. Okay. Winnie is indeed still up.
Okay. I don't know if I should try the same thing with this one or if I should attack it. I guess I'll bite. I'll bite the animated armor too, the not incapacitated one.
You're biting it or you're wrapping it up?
I'm gonna attack it
Okay.
to just see if it works.
Okay. Go for it.
Oh, how do you do this? It's a 20 and then plus 3, right?
Mhm.
I have no idea what that is.
We'll find out.
A 6?
Roll it again because of the advantage.
Oh, right.
Yeah, 3's not gonna. It might still get an action to muck with y'all. However,
Oh, these dice are so slow tonight. I don't know why. Oh, 16. Still won't hit?
no,
Oh my goodness.
they're tough.
All
They
right.
do have good AC.
They
Holy
do.
cow.
They do. But Moira's right there to finish it off, maybe?
Let's try it again.
We'd hate to see these things break loose and then run roughshod over y'all.
Yeah,
And it is up
yeah.
after this.
Crap. I'm gonna hit it with the daggers again because that's what or the dagger and the short sword. Cause that's kind of what I got. So
Fair enough.
I'm gonna play on them and stabby. Let's stabby and see if that works better.
Stabby is good.
Stabby. I keep forgetting to roll with advantage. Oh, there we go.
Okay, so there it pops in.
The exact same number.
Dope.
No, I rolled a 6 and I rolled a 9.
All right, it's going to start to pull itself loose. Oh, wait, you have your secondary attack. Go for it.
Yeah.
Don't bump. Okay.
Wow, that was even worse. Wow.
Okay,
Nope.
let's see if it can land a hit on you.
With that roll, it really should. I deserve to be hit.
Okay, it's trying, and it's as soon as it starts to push off with one and get some leverage to swing its fist down on the fairy, it just gets wrapped up in more of the webbing, and struggles to get another limb loose. It probably would have hit you. Probably would have pummeled you into dust by now if it could get loose. It's just not able to get past the webs that are currently holding it tight, which gives. That was its action, which gives Sierra an action.
Awesome. I'd like to hit that again before it gets loose.
It's trying.
With my bow. Let's see. Oh, it is going slow.
And D&D Beyond has its nights.
23.
That is not going to miss.
Yes. 5 plus the hunter's mark. 6. The hunter's mark is doing so good for me tonight.
Jeez. Bits of
It'll come
armor
back around.
explode outwards in this burst of electrical energy. And you can see as it flies out into the hallway, different parts get caught by the webs in different places. So the helm is up on the ceiling. The shin guards are on the opposite wall. Linton actually spins around from what he was fighting to see like a glove go right past his head and stick into the webs next to him and hover as he gets caught up. And you have a moment to pause. As it explodes, the other set of armor stops fighting in its web, leaving it locked in place. And welcome, Les. We're glad to have you here. Thank you for coming along. We appreciate that. And if you're on the fence about following, wait till a little bit later in the stream. Haas is going to be by later to follow again, and we just need to keep him off the scroll over there as the most recent follow. Because, yeah, bots. Sigh. And the hallway goes quiet.
So the incapacitated, or the one that was wrapped up in webs, it's just like no more glowing eyes. It's done now?
Yeah, it just sort of shuts down.
I'm going to do like 6 to 20 more laps of webs around it just to be safe.
It's going to move out of Fred's way.
Really
Back up.
lock it in.
Like it's going to be a wall. Like
I
webs.
like to take an arrow and just kind of tap it on its head a little bit. Make sure it's empty in there.
Yes, because poking it, that's a wise decision.
I make very wise decisions very regularly.
The sister comes down the steps now that it's relatively safe and looks at the carnage. She nods. So that seems to have gone well.
For the most part. Oh, my chest.
I've got a healing word.
She'll step up and begin to quietly sing under her breath a light rhyme that Linton will recognize. Anybody who wants to make a religion check could if you want to, but you're under no obligations. It's just for lore background. But if you, as you kind of go...
I will for fun, but I have a negative to this.
Okay, so Sierra's convinced it's a drinking tune.
Oh, I rolled a 7.
Moira's...
This is what you're going to land on the net. Okay, wait, is it going over? This is my nat 20 for the night.
Your nat
This is my nat
20 is a
So
religion
it's
check?
It's a 19 because I have a -1 to this.
Okay.
I hate this.
You know what, though? Your dice are so wonky. I'm going to use yours to roll this. Let's see here. I need... let's see. How do I do a custom roll?
Bottom
Don't
left.
just, yeah.
Oh, I just do that. And... You know what? Let's just roll it and then just add. There we go. Everyone gets back 12 hit points. Let's hear it for Prayer of Healing. So that gets Linton back in a good spot.
Ooh, and also with you, I guess. Wait, no, they changed it, and with your spirit.
No, it's an also with you, and I will go to my grave insisting this. No. Oh, and by the way, you throw your digital dice out the window by changing which dice you use.
I did that already last time to this pair of dice.
Now these
I'm
dice are
running out of
these dice are getting jiggy with you. Maybe it's time to put them in the timeout chair. We do have a quick request for a short background about one of the characters, and specifically they've asked to hear more about the Furball Druid.
Oh my goodness.
So you're on the spot for a short synopsis of how you end up with the character, or what are some interesting things we need to know about Winnie.
Winnie is a Circle of the Shepherd druid. We refer to her as a grandma. Everything about her feels very grandma. In reality, she's like maybe 20. Like, she's not old in any way, shape, or form, but just is perpetually grandma vibes. She is like obsessed with like what's her strengths? Yes, truly an old soul. Strengths. Is this like a stat or just like what she's very good at needlework and crocheting and knitting. And not great at cooking, but she tries. Really tries. She tried to make those cookies and they did not come out all right. Oh, a stat. Her strength is a +0. I have 11 in strength.
Despite being 7'2".
Yes, I'm 7 feet 2 inches. My highest stat is wisdom, which I have a +3 to.
Yet every one of your solutions revolves around handing someone a cookie.
It truly, yeah. You know, grandmas are there to be comforting. And what is not comforting about a 7-foot tall cow lady? I mean, come on, that just says comfort.
Okay. I cannot argue that. And the art on the screen below, that is actually Molly's own work. So it's fun to have a resident artist in the group. No, HR would disagree with you. They would not rate my wisdom that high. We will come back to talk about that later, Tiffany. We will need details, but we're going to save that. So meanwhile, as you're in the Undercroft and Leanna finishes her extended prayer, you feel a little better rested, and you do realize that the other statue is not set to animate. You've had a chance to catch your breath and sort of take in the environment in which you are. When you're feeling adventurous, peering around the corner will reveal that there is a lot of Undercroft still to explore, except that a massive amount of rubble blocks off the hallway forward, leaving just a spiral staircase that descends into a lower level.
Does the rubble seem like if we tried to move it, it would, like, the place would collapse, or are there any, like, cracks? Can you, like, peer through the rubble to the catacombs?
As you start to kind of explore along the edges of it to feel what you have, there are two things that catch you. First, you have to move a lot of layers of spider webs out of the way. And as you start to pull it, you realize this isn't like spider webs. These are like spider webs of more like, I would call them maybe spider cables. So whatever made them would be in that giant spider category. The second thing you notice is that it is incredibly well set. This has had decades, if not a century, to settle in. So you might start digging, but you would definitely need shovels. And there's a non-zero possibility that the earth above will just fill in any holes you make.
Oh, does the webbing go down the stairs?
Yes.
Can I web sense?
You
I'm still a spider.
are still a spider. I'll let you make a survival check.
Okay.
And there's rationale behind this. I know technically you're supposed to be able to sense anything else touching the web, but the rules are gray about certain aspects of that. And yes, you need to get some sleep for that. Anniversaries are not things to miss.
Okay,
So we respect
these
that.
dice are really coming back. 19 plus 3.
They heard you threatening to get rid of them, and they're like, no.
Yeah, they
no."
really did. So 22.
Nice. You can definitely sense another presence in the webbing below. That's about all you get from it.
Okay. I would like to... Guys, there's something down there that I, for some reason...
The spider
do
clicks a
not-
bunch of times
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and jumps.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, comprehend, not comprehend. We can communicate. I forgot what I can do. I can send message to her.
Oh,
It
yeah.
seems
Fred,
like
what is it?
Sierra has fallen down a well.
Yeah.
Wait, no, but Sierra, wait.
I
again?
did.
Ah!
Fred, what were you trying to say? You
Oh,
were-
there's something downstairs. But
Oh, there's something downstairs.
For some weird reason, it's not... I don't know what it is, which is unusual. This is not something not good is down there.
So something not good is down there?
We should check it
Yeah,
out.
Sure. Should we rest first?
Oh.
Yeah, we should rest first, because we might kill Linton if we don't.
Yeah, I would... If we could, that'd be great, because I only have a spell slot left, and I would need my wild shapes back, which would be great.
Wait, do you
I
get
don't
those back
think I have
after
any
a
spells
short
left.
rest or a long rest?
I get wild shape back after a short rest, but my spells don't come back until a long rest. Right?
Sounds right.
Okay.
He said double checking it.
Druids are wild. Like,
Yeah.
Ba-dum-bum. Oh yeah, it's per short rest.
the spells, too?
No. Spells are
Oh.
long rest.
Oh.
That I'm confident about. But
Okay.
I was checking your the wild shape.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, you could where would you want to take this short rest? I guess would be the DM's next question.
Before I drop, like, spider form, could we go back into one of the rooms the spiders were in? And I could make, like, a web wall over the door or something? Like, kind of barricade ourselves in for the night?
Do any of the rooms have a door?
They have openings.
Yeah, okay, that's they're because they're hallways or they're rooms.
They're rooms. As you
It's
lean
not-
into like the first room and start to look around with a torch, there looks like what this may have at one point been some kind of small dormitory. You can make out what remains of a bed or two, a couple of bureaus.
Can I use the a torch to just kind of get rid of some of that webbing
Sure.
and clear it out a bit?
Yeah, you can
Try
clear the
not to
room
set
out
the bed on fire.
and create room for you to kind of all squeeze in there and find a quiet place to sit.
Yeah.
That's
I'll happily
perfectly
just sleep
reasonable.
on the rocks. Great.
Is that natural camouflage for you?
It should be.
Feels like it.
Are we trying for a short rest or a long rest here?
I think a long one for spells, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so just as a point of clarity, you are in the Undercroft ruins of a castle, and you're going to camp out for the night.
Yep.
This can't possibly go wrong.
No problem.
I'm just
Yeah.
going to clarify, this
sleepy.
isn't Baldur's Gate. You don't click the little long rest button and find yourselves teleported to a safe place.
Okay, well, I can do a short rest.
You all do you. I'm just making sure I'm understanding your plan before I just want to make sure I understand your plan.
I have a feeling if we do that, we're gonna spend most of the night fighting
Fighting
zombies.
things. Probably.
But
But
I don't know how we would get spell. Like, I guess we just kind of have to power through.
We can do that.
Hmm.
There's
You
a
build
short-
a big enough barricade.
Yeah. You don't have earth shaping there, do you, Sierra? You can like build us
I
a wall. or
don't.
something.
I looked it up.
Oh yeah, that's a
I
good
like
idea.
moving rocks. Just I'll put rocks on the door. I could also benefit from a long little snooze, but
Well, we're not. While trying for a long rest, we'll probably get at least a short rest. So something will get better.
Logistically speaking, yes, that's true, actually.
We'll aim for one and benefit from the other, just in case.
Leanna looks at you. So when things become tough, you stop?
No, when things become tough, we get practical.
Ah, so you quit.
What about this is quitting? We're not going back.
No, but bedding down now?
Which part of the last how long was you not quitting?
Well, I think for someone who quite persuasively made it clear to me that I had a role to fill in going out into the world and doing good, it seems interesting that after a small challenge with a few spiders, that you all feel a need to bunk down for the night and hope for the best.
okay. Look, you're talking as the person who, helped some random dude on the street and almost passed out. So we're okay with taking a nap here.
Well, a nap I would understand, but bedding down for the night? Doesn't that
It's
seem a bit for some, and she locks eyes with Moira, who were so adamant that the time was of the essence and action had to be had. Setting camp for the night does seem a bit premature.
To be
Well-
fair, we also dealt with some zombies earlier in the day. On our way to you,
And you. And the
There are-
townsfolk. And this. Sometimes when you're in a battle, you need to know when to take a rest so that you can win the next battle.
I'm just saying.
That's great. Do you
It's
want to help?
interesting. I've helped as best I can.
You sat back out of the way? You're right. Very helpful.
And what would I have done?
I don't know.
I'm-
So far, I know you might be able to heal people, which I do appreciate you healing Linton. That was awesome. Does it tire you out?
Well, yes,
Does a rest afterwards help you do it again later?
it can.
Do you think maybe we might be a little tired because we've used things in a similar way?
While I appreciate that, my point still remains, I think, quite valid. Again,
That's great.
someone
Mm-hmm.
was adamant.
You are not
The
wrong.
townspeople don't like her. I get it.
And we are already a day farther ahead than we would have been if we left you on your own.
Hmm.
So we are in fact moving forward in a practical way, which I'll turn to Linton is probably his fault for me being more practical because this is not my natural state. I'm just gonna have you know.
To be fair, to have the greatest chance of success, we should all be at 100%. I don't feel confident that I can protect anyone if I am this tired at the moment. And in good conscience, I'm not going to let you die. I'm not going to let any of my party die until we see this through.
So he's the man.
She nods, and you all have a chance to make your camp.
And finds a clean corner, and you just hear a small thump.
Kerthud.
Yeah, I guess I'll take first watch, and for as long, like until my wild shape ends, I am going to be just putting more and more web over the door. Just like sleepwalking, basically, going back and over the door.
I can take a watch after you, if you like.
I'll take watch after that.
I just want to heal enough to get my spells back. Or sleep enough to get my spells back, so.
Mm-hmm.
It's all a vain attempt. It's good to have goals.
Isn't it, though? Okay. You make camp for the night. And despite some grumblings, things pass relatively uneventfully. You awake the next morning, have a chance to break camp in a relatively crowded space for 5 individuals, one of which takes up a significant amount just by the sheer mat. She didn't take up so much space when she went to bed. But 7 feet's a lot of space laying down.
It's like the scene from Elf, like where the bed's way too tiny. My feet are just over it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. Linton and I don't take up that much space, so she can have ours.
True.
Well, mine anyways.
You two can lay down in a 5-foot square.
Oh, come on. Together with Winnie, we make, I don't know, 2 normal-sized creatures.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you are small, but it works out. And you're able to, like I said, the night passed without incident. You clear away the cobwebs to come out into the hall. And I would love for someone to give me a perception check.
Ooh, yes, please.
Everyone reaches for their dice, apparently.
We're all really awake now.
Oh,
Clink,
that
clink,
did
clink,
me
clink,
dirty.
clink, clink.
10.
I think you're going to end up okay. You saw more than Linton did.
Lynn's just rubbing the lint out of his eyes.
The hallway is a lot heavier, more heavily decorated in webs than when you last visited it.
I'm sorry, decorated?
Well, I don't mean like, there's little cut out men shapes in them. I just mean when you come out, you're like, oh,
Creative spider.
this has gotten worse.
Spiders are very active.
So there's more spiders.
I've got another
That's okay.
torch. Haha, fire will solve this.
Well, I don't have web sense anymore.
It'll sense this. I'm gonna pull out a torch and light it and clear webs again. Leanne is still with us, right? She didn't disappear while we were napping.
She did not disappear while you were having your overnight sleep.
I asked her if she only took a nap or if she actually rested, because she clearly had an opinion on the right thing to do.
Oh, she had zero difficulty going to sleep. She's still,
Okay, then.
but she will see her right there. I just do find it somewhat hypocritical that one, who I shall not name names, is a kind human being, would be so adamant that time was of the essence and they'd be quite content to put her wee boots up.
I'm going to walk over and step on her foot as hard as I can.
I forgive you, my child.
You know what? I'm going to put my hand up as close to her shoulder as I can. Give you two. I'm going to walk away and go back to clearing webs.
I'd like to follow more and be like, do you really forgive her? I don't.
Okay. You know, I don't.
Okay.
Because you can't really forgive somebody for being a jerk. But it seems like that's the way she's born, so she can't do anything about it.
Oh, well. Okay.
That just didn't really seem worth it, really.
Hey,
can you reach those webs up there? Can I sit on your shoulders?
Yes.
I'm gonna climb up on her shoulders with the horse. No, I'm not gonna hit Sierra's hair. Not gonna do it.
Thank you. I love my hair.
Great. Oh man. You're very earthy. I love that. It's really down to earth.
Why, thank you.
What do you think is waiting for us? Or will it be fun?
I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be so much fun. Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Curiously optimistic.
Who, us?
Yeah. You make your way down the stairs, and it comes to a landing with a large suit of polished armor sitting up against the wall opposite the stairs. A hallway extends off to your right, and the armor above is wrapped in spider webs. Thick cables attached to all the key points on the armor itself for maximum control.
I'm gonna freely admit I don't like how he said that.
Yeah, hate it.
But Leanne, what can you tell us about all these suits of armor?
I'm a woman of faith, not a woman of history.
Any logic in that woman of? Checking.
They're
Stories?
suits of armor, I presume, from the previous manor.
That move on their own, like that one?
Is there any insignias on the armor, like that would possibly tell us?
Ooh. Maybe. Give me a history check.
Okay. Here goes -1. Oh, 13.
Hey, not bad. The heraldry does jump out at you a little bit. The crests do seem to be common. If they're not on the shield, you can see it on the pauldron from one of the suits of armor above. So there's a consistency. They're all of the same house. The shield's heraldry indicates a house known for a sense of justice and a sense of righteousness to the common people.
Well, I don't recognize who owns this place, but apparently they were good people.
Hey, Linton, what do you think the chances are that the suit of armor are trying to fight the bad things, and that's why they're wrapped so heavily? But because we were in the middle of a battle, maybe they couldn't tell us apart from the other ones.
DM. Would I know this? Like, these suits of armors are not actually monsters, but effectively the security of this place.
You've heard of it before. There's always story of enchanted armor that is thusly magicked so as to provide protection for a castle.
Oh,
Pretty heavy magic.
I wonder if we hid and set the webs on fire and let these things go, and they didn't see us, if they would go after whatever's making the webs or not.
I wonder.
Because we were able to take a long rest, I have passed without a trace again, which would help with the hiding.
Do we want to try this, or do we think this might... I don't know. We could just go in guns a-blazing, too.
We could go in with
I
guns
love that plan.
blazing, and if it's going poorly, we unlock the suits of armor and spread out of the way and see if it goes for the bad guy.
Either way, if we can recruit these suits of armor to help us get to where we need to go, that's time and resources off our back.
I mean, I could use persuasion on it, but I don't know that it's awake. I'm gonna talk to a suit of armor, because why not? I'm gonna go over and tap its head. Well, okay, I'm gonna tap its kneecap because that's how tall. Oh no, I'm still on Sierra. I'm gonna tap its head. Hello, Mr. Suit of Armor.
The armor remains unmoving as
I
you
understand
approach
that,
it.
I understand.
By the way, who has torches while you're down here in this underdark?
Torches lit or just torches in general?
Torches lit because it's dark.
I have torches.
So
I can cast light.
who's on your light detail? I guess is my question. And welcome, Hype Goblin. We're great to have you here tonight.
Right.
Thanks for coming on in. Let's see.
Trying to see if I even I don't think this character has dark vision.
Halflings do not get dark vision, so Linton has a torch instead of his morning star out.
I have a light cantrip I can cast if people have like a staff or something they want lit.
Yeah, do you want to light my quarterstaff?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast light on your quarterstaff.
Cool.
How about you, Linton? You got something?
I'm okay for now with the light from the quarterstaff.
Okay. Leanne, you good?
She nods.
Okay, because I really wanted to light her nose on fire. Okay. I won't.
Fire?
Fire, just light, like Rudolph, that horsey thing.
I'm just gonna posit. You literally browbeat this woman for like half an hour to follow
Yes, I did.
you.
And she is. It's great.
And then you're all up in her grill because she's like, really, we're stopping for the night already?
Girl, for that, I just think she was being confrontational to try and be like the superior.
Would I again?
Trying to get her own back.
How many persuasion rolls did you push to get her to follow you? I'm just putting it out there.
Don't remember, but they were all worth it.
Uh,
All right. Are we moving on?
okay.
Yeah, we'll move on.
So you're leaving the armor. I keep wanting to say statue, but it's armor. Armor behind.
Yeah.
And you're leaving it in its webbing.
Yeah.
The more
Okay.
you say it, the less sure I am.
Yep.
You're just worried because I joked about death saving throws as tonight's cliffhanger.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's what this really is all about.
Joked.
That's
Yeah.
what this is really all about.
Har har har.
Are we
We're
at the
all
death
gonna
saves yet?
die.
Are we at the death saves yet?
Nah, it's early.
As you creep your way down the hallway, you notice alcoves have been set in the stone. Each features another suit of armor. The entrances to these alcoves are completely covered in webs. If Winnie were still in her spider shape, she could just walk right along the wall and never once go touch the alcoves. They're so completely enmeshed.
Just a thought. Are the suits of armor strictly attacking spiders? Because they attack the party when you are a spider, and the spiders really, really don't like them. And the one that was like in the other room, like had all the webs on it and like wanted to control the little like puppet creepy things. So like the spiders are definitely like anti suits of armor.
Yeah.
It might be good to free them.
And it said, like, it protects the townspeople, right? Or, like, wasn't that part of the history check or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, right now we're as townspeople as it gets. Maybe let's
Sure.
set let's set one of these guys loose, see what he does.
I'm game.
Okay.
Use my torch to burn away the webbing of whatever the one nearest on the left is.
Nearest on the left. So that would be your left coming down the hallway. Wonk, 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 wonk. We'll get rid of that. You find a suit of armor. It's of a more slender build. It's it's a little bit on the shorter side than the one that was posted further down. It does not have a shield, but instead has a heavy pauldron on the one side that bears the same color scheme as the heraldry on the shield. The helm actually has small wings on it. And you can make out as you get in, you can see that the working at the various joints almost look like bird wings have been worked into it as well. You wipe some of the dust off the breastplate, and you can see like the motif of a bird resting in the center of the chest. And there's even a moment where you glance and go, that's not the typical, okay, this is probably a woman's suit of armor. It doesn't look...
do a history check and see if it seems familiar? If I know anything about it? The birds?
You would not recognize it, but it's definitely well crafted despite the fact that age has taken it. It's tarnished, coppered. Parts of it are not the color it should be. But it shows good craftsmanship.
So, go ahead.
I was just because as I clean it off, I'm just gonna say to the helm that we're gonna go get rid of the bad guys. Join us when you're ready.
Roll me a perception check. Okay. I will file that 22 away.
I was gonna ask if I don't know if we got descriptions because this was a very fast note, but it said the manor's lord's kids shrouded these lands. Did we get how many of the kids, like how many kids were there, and if they were boy or girl? Are these like connected to them somehow?
You did not get that background.
Okay. Can I ask Leanna if she knows about the manor lord's kids?
She takes some time to reflect and decide whether or not she likes you.
I haven't said anything mean to her.
Yet.
Why would she need time for that? She doesn't like
I'm
me.
a grandma.
She's adventuring with you guys, though. She says, well, if I remember the stories, the Lord, his wife, and I believe two children, a boy and a girl. At least according to the stories.
If it's traditional type stories, they'd be twins too, wouldn't they?
I don't remember that part, but it wouldn't surprise me. As I said, the history is much more of the day-to-day has been the focus than it has been to keep records of eras that are no longer that are past. How does one survive to the next weeks? Much more important to many in the valley.
Well, that accounts for these 4 statues, but it doesn't account for the big one in the hall.
Shrugs. Perhaps a favored friend?
Maybe.
Honored guard.
You know, the symmetry
Champion.
is nice.
We should move forward before we start house decorating.
Maybe, should we remove the webs on the other 3 that are in the hallway?
You hear a voice calling from the end of the hall. I would prefer you stop that if you insist on coming below.
Hello?
I'm going to whisper in Sierra's head, can you just lean over so I can get this one over here?
I totally do that.
You're bad.
Not bad, mad. It rhymes, but it's not the same word.
Anyone else getting like a Quelaag vibe going on down here?
What?
Oh, it's
Sister.
a boss from Dark Souls.
Oh,
That's like a spider lady.
Let's hope it's the other one, not the fire one.
You take fire to the webbing, and you hear a heavy sigh from the end. I will have to have minions deal with that now.
You didn't say Simon Says.
It's bad enough that you made camp. But it did give me opportunity to reflect on choices thus far.
Would you be the one who's receiving the gifts the townsfolk were giving?
Oh, far from. I'm merely... Well, please, come closer so that we might talk.
Well, we don't... Actually, we're looking for the other one. I mean, you seem fine. We just misunderstood. Thought you might have been the one we were looking for.
There's a long pause.
I could do a persuasion if you'd like.
What are you trying to persuade?
She's totally harmless, and she doesn't need to do anything with us. We're not after her. It's fine.
You don't need to roll that. No, quite truthfully, I don't have intention of doing much with you at all. But if you're going to torch my handiwork, I would prefer you to come talk to me about your need to.
Oh, but it is just so hard to really appreciate the fine etching work on these suits of armor without getting a closer look. And while your fine webbing work was lovely, truly, why, just the other day, my friend was trying some similar work, and it just wasn't as refined. I'm sure you have been really refining your craft for a while, but I'm so curious about these. So why cover them up? So beautiful work.
Leanna taps you on the shoulder.
Yeah.
She points back over hers.
I look.
The suit of armor that was at the end of the hallway is now standing, great sword drawn, between you and the stairs. It's animated. You can see by strands of webbing that go up into the ceiling and are moving it like a marionette.
It's not right behind Leanna.
Oh yeah, it's right behind. It's like behind her.
If I pretend I tumble off Sierra's back, can I hit it with the torch?
With the torch?
Yeah.
Sure.
And just try and get some of the webbing off.
Okay. Roll me an attack roll.
You want acrobatics too, or just an attack?
Give me an attack.
Which attack would that be?
Use your dagger.
Unarmed?
Use your dagger.
Okay. Oh, 15?
Okay. That's good enough for me to interpret. You tumble off and roll to the ground as you swing at it with the torch, and it dances back like a marionette. It doesn't attack in response, but as it falls back, it brings that greatsword back up again. It's not well animated. It's not moving with the fluidity of an actual fighter, but that doesn't make that massive blade any less dangerous. And again, you hear a call from down the hallway. Please come in and let's discuss your current dilemma.
I'll walk in with I still have light on my quarterstaff, right? Can I like hold it up? Like, it's like a cavern we're walking into, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to walk in and kind of hold it up and, oh, were those your kids upstairs? I did, I told them that we meant them no harm. And in fact, you probably heard me tapping on the webs before.
All right. As you enter the space, you see at the far end a massive stone altar with the braziers on either side of it. And a series of benches to create a wonderful viewing area, all geared towards it. Sitting on this bench right here is a lone woman. She's very slender of stature, almost elf-like. The other thing you'll notice is that while webbing covers everything, the space around the altar is completely free of the webs. But there's not a spot in the room that webs don't touch. Be it the floor, the ceiling, the cavern walls, even back and around that corner.
Does she seem like she's being marionetted as well?
No, she's actually sitting quite daintily at the edge of one of the benches with her legs crossed, hands folded in her lap, looking out the hallway towards you. She has black hair that comes down. Her bangs sit really low and half cover one of her eyes. And there's no additional light in the room. It was near pitch black when you walked in.
She gonna say, I said hello. Were those your kids upstairs? We met them earlier.
No, they were simply local commoners who thought it fair to provide assistance in exchange for getting out of the elements.
I see.
Very difficult to recruit in this area, I might add. The valley has not been kind to creatures.
I noticed that when we first got here, there's never trust a place where there's no rats or spiders or anything else running around. You don't want to trust it.
Oh no, there's not much to trust here except the bargains made in good faith. Those I've learned to trust.
I feel like you're about to make a bargain yourself.
Oh no, I have no bargain with you. I mean, I will kill you and eat you. But that's not really a bargain. That's more of a foregone conclusion.
Promise. I think promise is the word you're looking for.
Oh, I don't make promises. I simply observe the way things shall end.
All right, Leanna, you're up. Who's this?
How the fuck should I know?
You're a rectress. You're a holy woman. Isn't this your job to know what the bad guys look like and who they are?
If I just swore, do you think there's any chance I'm holding back on you?
No, what I'm trying to figure out is what have you been doing with your time?
Not studying.
Why not?
Anyway.
All right, continue.
None of them have fireball, although right now it would be kind of appropriate. If you'd like, we can draw straws to see who shall go first. Perhaps we go in order of height.
For what? What are we going in order?
Which direction?
Who I eat first.
Then we'll shake his head, spin the morning star in his hand.
By that theory, in this area, if they try and eat us, don't we just keep coming back?
I have heard of that phenomenon. It would be fascinating to test it, wouldn't it?
Well, not when you put it that way. Pie. I reach in my hand. In my pocket, I toss her a pie. Oh, I don't know if I'm in there. But
Give me
try these. They're awesome.
Give me a ranged attack roll. Let's see how this plays out. This could get really interesting.
Okay, ranged attack.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. What do I? Where do I find the ranged attack, or am I just rolling a d20?
Click on the. Wow, you have no ranged weapons.
No, I don't.
Click your dagger. It has the same bonus.
I really should have just handed it to Sierra. Okay. Wow, that was a. Well, that was a 6.
It flies towards her and just like flink, gets caught in the webbing up next to her, and she looks over and.
That's better because with a 6, I really thought it was going backwards. And somebody else.
That's an interesting flavor you've discovered. It's a bit sweet. If I'm to consume anything that's cherry-like, I prefer to have a bit more salt.
Oh, aren't you an adult? Don't you know adults get to eat dessert first?
Ooh, intriguing. So which of you would be dessert?
None of us.
Moira, can you just touch your torch down, just place it down just a little bit as I take an arrow and swipe it across some of the cobwebs, the end
Totally
of it, and light the end of my arrow, and I'd like to just fucking shoot that mess of web and burn it all down. Please.
Okay. Are you shooting it into the webbing? Are you shooting at the woman?
I'd like to shoot at her, but I'm assuming it's going to hit the webbing. Both are great options.
Aren't you just the optimist?
You just gotta go for it.
That is a heck of a roll. Roll it again. That is a heck of a roll. Wow. I hate you guys. I hate you so much.
You say that. You don't mean it.
I'll tell you more about it later. I'm just going to say that. Yes, Sierra is a crack shot when she has to be, apparently. Yeah, give me a damage roll.
At least I didn't do Hunter's Mark yet.
Fair. Let's see. Okay, let's get that off there. I want to be able to keep track of these things. Let's see. How'd you do? 10. That's not a bad amount of damage. Okay, so I got that on there, and I got this up here. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and thank Juan for adding themselves into our family. It's always good to have more people hanging out with us on a given night. So I just don't want to miss a chance to say thank you when there's a pause to do so. Okay. The arrow plunges into her hip. And there's a moment where she seems to shift in space and time when your arrow goes off. But you still manage to connect despite that movement. And she just narrows her eyes, puts her hand on her forehead and pushes her hair back out. Her forehead is made up of eyes on either side, all of which are glaring. And you realize that she wasn't sitting at the end of one of the benches, but was resting on a spider body.
Right. Cool.
So
cool.
Quaylog. Definitely, we're fighting Quaylog.
As she
Fred, you pegged it.
pulls
How'd you
herself
know?
up and begins to move on the web. And you realize that she is a natural at moving along this webbing.
So does she have human legs too?
No.
Spider body.
Right. So torso up. Got it.
Spider rider's gone wrong.
I can actually throw it on the... I think I can throw it on the board. Let's see if the computer's going to play nice with me with this. Well, that's way bigger than it needed to be, but it works in the moment. So, And she looks pissed.
No, I should certainly hope so.
Have you nothing to say for yourselves attacking someone in their lair?
You started it.
I'm
I'm gonna cast Bane.
I don't like being dinner.
roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Now, for the record, this fight is harder than I had originally planned because y'all took a long rest before it.
Oh, that's true.
I was like, okay, sure. We can still... It's like y'all got together on Discord before we sat down and said, how many ways can we mess with this?
Wait, so us being practical, logical players is in fact a problem?
When it's the first time in 4 weeks? Yes.
Yeah, fair. That's
It
fair.
absolutely is. Let's see. Winnie comes in at 10. And Moira comes in at 18. And as much as I'm ready to get in here and pop the combat screen up so you can see what's happening, we are going to make you wait 5 minutes to find out what happens as they take on their first rider. We'll see y'all back here in 5. Hi, I'm Rob, aka Lantern Noir, and I'd like to invite you to help make The Convergence Season 1, a live play streamed Dungeons & Dragons game, become a reality. The Convergence takes place in a world where the multiverse is collapsing and realities are colliding. In this original campaign setting, what was once a sprawling suburban neighborhood has been replaced with an orc village. The island of Manhattan is now home to an ancient red dragon and its horde. The players will find themselves surviving in a world that is in perpetual flux. exploring ruined shopping plazas that are now home to kobolds, or attempting to retrofit football pads as makeshift armor. I'm excited to bring this world to life live on stream and share it with all of you. My journey with Dungeons & Dragons began in the early 1980s when my older cousin Steven introduced me to it. Since then, I've been playing and running games using every D&D system from basic through 3.5 and up to the current 5th edition. I've run custom-ran adventures for friends and guided players through some of the epic classics at conventions. At my heart, I'm a storyteller, and that's why I love RPGs and D&D. For this game, I'm in the process of recruiting an amazing cast of players, and so far we have 2 confirmed. Barely Molly, who mostly streams art streams, has been at my table before. You might have caught her as the Fire Genasi Ember of Waterdeep. She's still in my current game, where she's playing a Furball Druid named Winnie. She's been a lot of fun at the table, and joining her for the conversions will also be an amazing content creator who goes by the nickname That Other Pond. She's been at my table a few times before in my current campaign and has been present at more than a few one-shots. You also want to check out her streams in their own right. She is an amazing Fortnite player who knows how to have fun with her friends. I joined Twitch in the summer of 2020 and found my groove as a Dungeons & Dragons content creator. While I love playing a variety of games with my community, I also love sharing my passion for RPGs and D&D. I've run homebrew games, one-shots, and published adventures. You can see where I've come from on my YouTube channel, and I believe that you will find that I can tell a story, the kind of story that you would want to be part of. Let's make this story, this game, this event, a reality. Come, be part of the growing live play phenomenon and put your mark on it as a sponsor. The DM screen is up, the dice are laid out. All we need now is you.
Who's okay now?
Yeah, he's just a grumpy boy. I don't know what his problem is.
Puppies do that. There will be, by the way, Mace, I'm planning multiple seasons of the Convergence. I actually have a 3-season arc planned. So there's some I've got it worked out like any good writer. I've planned the trilogy. We will see if I actually get to publish all 3 books. And then when we get to a spot where it's going to be time to start thinking about season 2, we'll go back to Kickstarter again and see what we can do, which is kind of like my way of keeping things going. Although maybe we'll switch to Patreon and we'll go that route. I just struggle to really come up with what I want to put as my Patreon rewards. I kind of like the idea of what we create just sort of being out there, but I'm funny that way. The neat thing about being old is I remember when they said, we are going to democratize information by making it available to everybody for free. And then they decided to put adult content on it. So, yeah, I'm of the TCP/IP protocol generation. So we'll see how that all works out. But we are definitely geeked about it, and I'm glad I have that video handy for things like a BRB, because it's a good thing to remind y'all that it's a thing coming up. Okay, so meanwhile, let me get back into where we were. You had just launched into a fight with your first rider and enchanted suit of armor that is lumbering up behind you. And I just kind of need to get a sense of let's give everybody where they are in this. So we've got the armor at the back. So there's the suit of armor blocking off that entrance. Leanna's hovering right there. And I believe Winnie was at the front with Linton. And then Moira was at the back with Sierra. Does that seem about right?
Yeah. I
Is
think
Moira
I'm actually
still
close
on my
to...
shoulders.
No, I had tumbled off, remember? To try and
She wanted to fight the
suit
armor.
of armor with the water.
So
With the
it's since it had the drop on you, it's going to do what it can to get a shot in on you. And it will connect with that great sword for just 4 little points of damage.
Just 4.
Not a lot. The Drider is going to surge forward and go straight at Winnie, running up along the side of the wall as she does. Uh-oh. I need to update the
dear.
Beyond characters. I will do that in just a moment. I thought I've said it. But I will double check that when we get to Winnie's, to somebody else, somebody who's not me's action. Just to make sure we have it there. She is going to no longer be disrupted because it's her action. Then she's going to attempt to slice into Winnie with 2 claws. Neither one's going to connect. And then we're going to take off your spider stuff. Next up in combat's Moira. What is she doing in this wonderful little moment we have here?
I'm going to try and free the suit of armor with the fire.
Okay. So you're going to try to slash at the... oh.
Yeah, can I... I'm going to pull out my... I'll pull out the rapier as well and try it, like, free it with the fire and the rapier. Although
Okay.
I can't use that as two-handed, can I?
Nope.
Dang it. Well,
So what are we settling on? 1 action, 1 attack, or 2?
I want to do 2, which means... You know, I'll do the fire to try and burn away the web around it.
Okay. Give me your attack roll.
I'm still using dagger?
Yes.
Is it fair? Okay.
That works for what we're doing.
That's an 8.
That's an 8. That's out of reach.
Yeah. Oh. Boy, I'm short when I'm not on Sierra.
As it dances back and forward. And you
Let
watch.
me help you.
You watch because the Drider always has at least 3 legs or down out of her collection. You can see that she's looking past the party and grabbing bits of webbing while she's fighting. Second attack?
Yeah, I'm gonna try again with the rapier.
Okay.
Try and cut it. Whichever one's I can't see
Rapier
what's connected. So.
Rapier can't be your bonus weapon. It has to be a dagger or the short
Oh right.
sword.
Well, I'll just use the short sword then.
Okay.
It's still newer.
It's okay.
It's 13. It's not great. Stop moving. I'm trying to help you.
Go ahead and roll damage. We'll give you that one. I'll make some adjustments. It works thematically in my head.
Okay.
Hey, 5 damage is 5 damage. It's
5,
bits
yeah.
of the webbings being cut away from it. That works. Quick. Let's set that down. And yes. Okay. Cool beans. What's Linton doing?
Oh boy. He's gonna charge up and take a shot at the Drider.
Okay, as you charge forward, make your okay. I'll go ahead and roll your attack. I'll explain what you gotta do. Okay, cool. Roll a second attack.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Jeez, criminies. Roll damage.
Am I rolling the crit or the other one?
You are not rolling the crit.
Okay. I imagine this was supposed to be a disadvantage. That is my bad. 3 points of piercing.
No. It's fine. I was gonna wait until the need to explain the mechanic presented to itself to you. It has not yet presented itself to you because you all keep hitting it. Like, seriously, somebody at WotC's like, no, we designed the stat block to be a very particular kind of stat block. What do you mean it went down in the first 3 rounds? He says, figuring that in about 25 minutes, people are going to check in here and go, how come everyone's making new characters? What's we don't need to see the mechanic. Keep whacking it. What's Winnie up to?
Okay. So first thing I'm gonna do is throw down as a bonus action my spirit totem. Yeah, 2nd level spirit totem, shepherd. What up? The most not grandma thing ever. I am just trying to. It's like a wall of text for each one. I know.
Well, you could just throw it down and see what you get.
I'm gonna do bear spirit.
Okay.
Bear spirit grants you and your allies its might and endurance. Each creature of my choice in the aura when the spirit appears gains temporary hit points equal to 5 plus your druid level. So
Okay.
5 plus 2, right? We're still 2nd level.
Yep.
So 7, everyone gets 7 temporary hit points. In addition, you and your allies gain advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws while in the aura.
Okay, so to keep the math easy, I'm just going to say when you get down to 0 on the board, you still have 7 to go.
Yeah. D&D Beyond has a temporary hit thing too.
Yeah, I don't though.
Oh, okay.
Not without going in and doing a lot of paperwork on my end. I've got a lot of good stuff I can do. Can't do that on my end. So we'll just kind of remember that. That's your 7 cushion. You have until -7 before you become unconscious. Also, I'm down with I don't think gingerbread man. I picture this as like a big spiritual teddy bear.
Yes.
Has been slammed down.
Yes.
On this totem-like thingy as it's conjured in. And that's, you said, your bonus action?
That is a bonus action to cast.
That is
yes.
a bonus action to cast.
So that's my bonus action. And then as an action, I am going to wild shape into
Another spider?
I don't know. Okay. We did talk about this before, but you said that I'd have to fight for this, or I'd have to kind of like. So what I am hoping to do is wild shape into a giant mother goose with the stats of a velociraptor. I'm talking full bonnet, shawl. We've got the whole 9 yards here.
Awesome.
And the velociraptor because
I mean, the stat, I feel like, okay, first of all, geese are terrifying. They've got those sharp little teeth, and they honk and chase you around. And birds are dinosaurs. I feel like a goose is the closest thing to a velociraptor, to be honest. And geese eat spiders. Come on now. Let Mother Goose get in here and mess the spider up. You know you want
I know
to,
Chad seems on board with this.
But yeah, let me get my honk on. Come on.
All right, sure. We'll use the
Yes!
velociraptor stat block and we'll I mean, I'll be honest, I've reskinned the Drider from another creature, so it all checks out. I looked up Drider and went, "Oh, no, they can't handle that." Although again, some of y'all got me frustrated enough. It's like, "Oh, you're taking on CR6. You could take a long rest."
So
talk to
now
me about your giant goose. What
Yes.
should I know from my end?
So I have a 13 armor class, 10 hit points, but the thing that's gonna really mess this, I have multi-attack, claw attack, and bite attack, and pack tactics. as a velociraptor.
So 13 AC, 10 hit points, and 3 attacks.
Multi-attack, yeah.
I
I get 1 bite and 1 claw attack.
So
But I
what?
also have pack tactics, which means I gain advantage, is it? Advantage if I'm anywhere near an ally while attacking.
Okay. Okay.
Honk.
Honk. Honk. And you breathe fire. No. 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 Lines get drawn somewhere. Okay, so
That's 5th level, right?
that's 5th. God. Oh, and thank you, by the way, for the cheer. There's now an additional reroll in the bin. So you have your 2 freebies on the week plus a 3rd gifted to the channel. So we'll see how that plays out. So yeah, Winnie is now a giant, scary, terrifying goose.
With a little bonnet and a bow and a shawl. Terrifying.
Having watched this transformation, what is Sierra doing next?
Sierra is going to use Hunter's Mark on Mrs. Spider Lady.
Okay.
And I would specifically like to try and, is it her legs or her hands that are pulling at all these webby things?
Legs. Her hands are
Legs.
free. She actually has 2 daggers in her hands.
Gross.
But she's wrapping around bits of lag to pull on the webbing to control the armor behind you.
Okay, I would like to try and aim for one of her little legs.
Okay.
Hopefully, get her to stop with the webbing.
I see what you're thinking. That's gonna be it. Okay. Here's my question for you. How badly do you want to hit that leg? Bad enough to miss her body? If you miss the leg, or are you just hoping to catch her while you put a shot on the center of mass?
I'd like to aim for her leg. Unfortunately. Go big or go home. Sierra.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
All right. Disadvantage, right?
No. She currently actually is not dancing around. She's been wounded. She hasn't been wounded that much. At all.
Right.
It was a good try, though. Did you want to burn a reroll on it?
Sure, if everyone's cool with it.
You got him. May as
That's
well
better.
use them. That will definitely hit.
Yes.
Roll damage.
5 plus or 7 plus the Hunter's Mark.
Ugh.
5.
The Hunter's Mark has been clutch tonight.
I know. So good.
And all right, and I'll add that tag.
Did she drop her thing?
The suit of armor actually stops moving and hangs limply for a moment. That did exactly what you meant it to do, which is cool. Let's see. Next up in the combat round is the armor. It does nothing this round. And then she's back up. So she is going to, man, she's not enjoying life right now. At all. So she is, however, for her purposes, going to continue to doesn't know what to make of this giant goose. So she's just going to stab it a lot. Because that's a logical thing to do.
Honk! Just honk! Honk at you!
Okay. Interesting. She definitely will hit. And reduce the goose to 1 hit point.
Honk. Oh, I get 7 temporary hit points as a goose. So
And I'm going to use a reaction to reduce it by 1d10 plus 2.
because I'm still in my bear totem, which stays down in wild shape. So
Okay, Linton reduces
get
that by
me.
6. So you only take 3 damage. So that puts you at 6 HP. 7 HP. I can do math. And then you're right. There is that temporary hit points you gave everybody.
So I'm still at 14 technically.
Yes. Yes. Wow. I'm impressed.
Honk.
I'm impressed.
Honk.
I'm impressed enough to say, okay, someone else take over, figure out the carnage. Tiffany, what's going on?
I am going to turn and cast Distant Whisper on our Spider Drider there.
Oh. She gets a save, don't she?
She does. She has to be at a Wisdom save of 13.
Wisdom save 13.
Or she has to be at a 13, which she can probably do. But
A wisdom save. And then she has to move away from you if she fails.
if she fails.
If she fails. Let's see here. Bonk. Okay. Roll your damage. Because she's no matter what, she's taking some damage from the spell,
Right.
which is nice.
5?
Taking. Whoa, that's a lousy roll.
Yes, it was.
That's only 2 more than minimum.
No.
She did make her save though, so she does take her 2.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Wait, no, what?
No, that's not right.
Card takes half as much damage as
There we go. Like I must have typed something wrong because also in her health, I went to applied 2 damage and her health dropped to 2, and I'm like, well, that's not right. She's not dead.
I mean, I'll take it, but
She's not dead. No. No. So now Linton's up. Oh wait! Wanrod's got your back. Reroll that damage.
Oh, thank you.
That's also on a cooldown, so it will be about 15 minutes before someone can pop that again, but it is timely.
9.
9. Okay.
A little better.
That's a little better.
And I don't get another move, do I?
Nope. That's your action is to go to summon the bloom.
Excellent.
Which worked out great because that armor standing right behind you hasn't really had a chance to get back on its feet.
I was hoping to turn and hit it with flame, but no.
So how is our paladin doing in the moment?
Yeah. He's gonna trace the symbol of Ciralalia on his walk and cast Shield of Faith on himself as a bonus action. Increasing his AC to 20.
For second level, you're hard to hit.
It's gonna be worse on my next turn. Well, actually now, because I'm taking the dodge action.
You don't want to upstage the goose, do you?
I kind of want to upstage the goose.
I see what you
It's
did
like the
there.
coolest
Do
throwdown
it.
match ever.
See what you did there. Okay, Winnie. How bad is this now?
Just Velociraptor attacks. Okay, so I get 2 attacks, both with advantage, both +4 to hit. So,
Okay.
okay. So that's 2d20. We'll see if the dice will even allow it.
Stranger things have happened.
The rolling in general. Oh, one was an 18. So 18 plus 4.
So that's your... Wait a second. Wait
Oh,
a
why is
second.
that plus 7?
Oh, because that's your second roll is the 7. So it rolled 2d20 for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had an 18 and a 7. So we take the 7. What's your bonus?
We take the 18 because it's with advantage.
Oh,
It's so 18 plus 4.
got it.
Mhm.
Okay, the 18's going to hit.
Right.
But you're actually at this point you're only rolling straight up because you don't advantage and disadvantage cancel.
What? Wait.
We
What?
I had to swing at disadvantage last round because I think we're fighting in her lair or something. Some effect.
Oh.
But it's okay. You rolled an 18. We're going to count the 18, and then the 7's your second action.
Oh, okay.
So...
I was drawing a goose. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. You got ahead of me, but it worked out.
Okay, so then
You get 1 set of damage.
yes, I will bite, which says to make I have a plus or a 1d6 weapon, so I'll roll that.
That'll work.
And then it just says +2 to that.
We can do that.
4 + 2, 6. So
6.
6 as I honk and bite her. Honk!
Okay, and she loses her footing slightly. And slows down just a bit. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Okay, so that was your 2 attacks, though, then. The 18 and the 7. If I'm following this right.
Yes. And are we still like on her, or is she moved?
No, she's right there in melee with you.
Okay.
Why?
Because I have like a 1 a day thing that I can do.
As like a free bonus action?
It's a bonus action, yeah.
Oh, what on earth is holding you back?
True. I'm gonna bonus action hidden step. I can turn invisible for 1 full turn. So honk and goodbye.
A pretty cool Velociraptor goose.
I bite and then I fade into the distance.
Oh, this is nothing. You should have been here for the monk combat last month for my monthly game. That was a lot of... Monks are paperwork. Like, you need to have little, like, 3x5 cards. Okay, this does this, does this. No, I'm still here. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just going to go to the next person in combat. That's all I'm doing. Next person in combat.
Hello.
How's Sierra doing? She has a skeleton. She has the armor behind her and the Drider in front of her.
I'm going for the Drider.
Going for the Drider.
We're keeping going for it.
That seems reasonable.
17.
17 will hit, and she is not dancing around like she used to because she has taken damage this turn. So you do have an opportunity to let her have it.
All right. 8 for the damage, and then 6 for the hunter's mark. I'm not doing anything else ever again.
Just mark it and shoot it.
Yep.
That's reasonable. That is absolutely reasonable. So that's a total of 14 more damage. All right, she's taking her hits. The armor is, however, reanimated, and it's going to take it. So it's going to attempt to bash in Sierra at this point. And it does connect. For 8. Just hands waves it. That's your temporary hit points +1.
I'm basically not even hurt.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Keep the positive attitude.
That's fair. The Drider is going to pull herself back together and take it some time to kind of circle a bit on the web before she lunges in at the only target she can see, which is Linton. Because what else are you going to do? And I'm going to Nope, did not want to do that. Take that back off, thank you. That's what I wanted to do. Hit that. Oh, interesting. And RJ, can you do me a huge favor?
Up.
Can you have Linton give me a strength check? Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you have the bonus from the totem.
Oh, advantage. Okay.
It's
I'll just roll one more
advantage, isn't it? Or is it +2?
It's advantage on
It's
any
advantage.
strength checks or saves.
Okay. It's a 19 total.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. As you pull yourself loose of the webbing she throws at you, and she swears in some kind of dark language as you just rip out of it. What's Moira up to?
I was trying to figure out the best thing to do. I guess I'm gonna make one more attempt to free this armor because it's behind us and it needs to stop.
Okay.
But I'm gonna do away with the torch and grab the other weapon,
Okay.
short sword, so I can have the double attack.
Fair enough.
So I'm gonna try and cut it away. Ooh, that was nice. 23.
Good night, Cheapskates. Thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Let's see. 23 is definitely going to hit
Only 4 damage.
for 4. So you chop away a few more of the strands, holding it in place.
I just need to get enough.
Indeed. And 18 will hit it
Oh,
for another 4. More strands fall down.
is it mostly freed of strands?
No.
Ah,
No, it's really wrapped up good.
dang it.
So how is Linton doing in all of this?
Winnie's gone.
Yeah, Winnie disappeared.
Huh. Okay.
She ditched you.
You know what? This is great. That means I'm the only one she can hit. Swing for the fences, little Rumblepot. Swing for the fences.
Swing for the fences indeed.
Am I making this at normal or at disadvantage?
It's no, it's disadvantage. She's up and moving again. Nobody's hit her yet.
That's going to be a nope for me, sir. I got an 11.
No, it didn't come through either. Okay. Hit refresh. So I can get that so everybody can see how that went. Let's see. Game log. And nope, still didn't come through.
Well, you've got to believe me, I missed.
I believe you. I do believe. Which then takes us to Winnie's action.
Okay, I will reappear and do 2 more honking attacks. I would like to. I mean, Linton hasn't moved, right?
No.
Yeah, so I don't have to. I just disappeared for no reason. I just giant goose just coming and going.
And he popped back in next to him. He stepped up to take a swing at the Drider.
Honk.
So,
Okay. And since they're at advantage and we're at disadvantage, it's just straight rolls, right?
straight rolls.
Okay. I'll roll 2 again and see if both of them hit.
And how it goes. See how it goes.
Ooh, they struggling. Ooh, they struggling to roll. So it's a +4 to a 10 and a 9.
So a 14.
And a 13.
So 14 would be your high. And that is actually enough to connect.
Cool. I will take another honk and bite.
Well, that's right, because you're at advantage, but you're not. Okay, that's right. Took me a second, and so she is again disrupted.
2 + 2, 4.
2 + 2 for 4. And not a lot, but it's keeping her from losing. She's losing her footing every time you hit her.
Yes.
It's keeping her from skittering too much as she slides left and right.
Honk.
So tell me more about the ranger.
Ranger really loves her bow. 24 to hit. I'll just roll it. It's fine.
Yeah, just
4 damage.
But here
plus
comes the 6.
3. Only 3.
Oh wow, that is the lowest you've rolled on the Hunter's Mark so far tonight.
It has to balance out eventually.
It does. It has to balance. We go until about 10 p.m. So pretty much when this combat is over, we've got some good exposition to get to for the cliffhanger of the week, possibly. We'll have to wait and see. But I want to see how many other resources I can sap before we get to that moment. Let's see. It is going to be pounding on Sierra. And it connects. Sarah turns around in time to watch as that greatsword comes swinging down into her. And just, she cannot get defenses up. And she ends up backing into one of the alcoves and crashing into the statues and becomes entangled in the webbing. She's going to need some help getting back on her feet. Shoomp. And we're just going to leave it at, it was a lot of damage. And your negative, with your bonuses, you're going to be seeing at 2. The Drider, for her part, has had it with the goose. And it's going to come in hard. And not hard enough. Brilliant strategist, lousy fucking dice roller. Goose is so very much not cooked. This goose is not cooked. This is my bane. Lair, what you doing?
I see Sierra go down, and I am going to cast Healing Word
Okay.
on her.
Go ahead and roll the healing. That's a bonus action.
Crap, for only 5 points.
That is 5 more than she had a second
Better
ago.
than nothing.
Yeah. So that puts
and
her
I'm-
up to 7.
Okay, gonna redouble my efforts to
Oops.
I wonder if I should try and attack. No, I'm just gonna try and free this.
You're going to stay at it?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I gotta get it to stop attacking Sierra.
What is your healing word? That's a good question.
Quiver Snap.
Quiver. There you go. Quiver snap.
Something you don't want to have happen. Quiver Snap.
Indeed. So how's the attack on that skeleton on the armor going?
It will go really well as soon as I get to the right screen. Oh, not well
Not that
at all
good.
with that one. Wow.
Not that good. Offhand?
I'm so annoyed.
Oh. Oh, the dice have turned.
They have turned.
RJ, how's Linton doing?
Lyndon will use his action to. Lyndon will take the help action so that Winnie's first attack on her next turn has advantage. And he's he's running in between the Drider's legs, just knocking them around to make sure she can't stand properly. It's not really doing damage, but he's being distracting.
Okay, before you get all excited, you can't have double advantage. So advantage on something with disadvantage still puts you at advantage. It still cancels.
But I have double advantage because I have tactics.
That's what I'm saying. Actually, I would say it'd be more help if you can just try to get a hit in, because that will disrupt her. Oh, she's already disrupted.
Oh,
She's already disrupted. Who hit her?
Oh, because I did. I honked.
Yeah, that was
And
last
hit her.
turn. She does need to get hit.
Taunt.
She does need to get hit to be distracted again.
Oh, I see.
Sierra hit the Drider as well.
Yeah, but then her turn came up.
Well, then her turn came up. Okay.
Yeah, it resets on her turn.
Okay.
So your best bet's actually try to hit her for anything. And that will then give Winnie advantage.
Okay. So here comes a Morningstar hit, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Hey! 15.
Hey. That'll hit.
All right. 8 points piercing.
That'll hit for 8. That's not a trivial. Wow, the dad jokes are coming tonight. Speaking of Winnie, and yes, I did update the battle board to show the attack goose.
Truly a perfect image.
I have some places my technology comes through really well.
Listen, geese are actually terrifying. I don't want to mess with a goose.
Telling me?
You know what's scary? Everything I've used today resets on a short rest.
I hate you so much.
Yes. I would like to honk attack twice. And do I have advantage on both?
You are back
Because
to
she's
straight attacks.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Let me throw this at chat while you're rolling that. We're waiting for the roll to finish. I hate this wait.
2 12s, but they're +4 each, so 16s to hit.
That's going to hit. Throw down some
Awesome.
damage for both of them.
Cool. Ooh.
Oof.
3 + 2, so 5 for the first one. And it's really trying to roll this dice, but it is having a hard time.
Yeah, it's fine. I can see that it started to roll. We can see that over on the dice roller. It just hasn't finished it.
And then 4 for the next one.
4 total?
4 total damage, yeah.
Okay, yeah, the 2 finally came through. Okay.
So 5 and 4, 9 points of damage.
She's...
As I honk.
Sierra can pick herself up. You've got the armor that just thwapped you to the ground, and you can see the Drider is losing her footing on the webbing.
I'm my hunter's mark.
But your hunter's mark.
But my hunter's mark.
Take the shot then.
I'll do it. Why not?
Don't
She's
be
losing her footing.
Don't be afraid to follow your heart.
17.
That's gonna hit.
Okay. 1. Oh, sorry, 3.
Ooh, it comes down to the hunter's mark.
Come on. The hunter's mark is surprisingly hard to click on the character sheet for some.
Click. And with that, the last arrow goes. She loses her footing. She slides to a stop and looks up and just sees the arrow come right in and catch her at the top of that V of the eyes. The Drider falls backwards, legs splayed, and you watch as she ripples for a moment and begins to waver and slowly fades out. And then from where she fell, the webs begin to disappear, spreading all the way up past you, leaving the suit of armor into nothingness. All of the webs completely are gone. You glance back over your shoulder, and the suit of armor is still standing quietly in its alcove, a solid inch of dust still on it.
Oh,
And thank you,
no.
I didn't expect. What does that mean, Linton? No. What?
Do you remember where we are?
Yes.
Anything alive that we kill turns into a zombie.
But she didn't melt. She just faded, right?
Yes.
Isn't she the bad guy? Bad guys don't reborn. Do they? I hate this place.
I hate this place.
I was happy
though.
back at my church.
Yeah, well, that makes one of us. Let's solve this problem. Let's want to get back to our simple security job.
We just gotta move quick, right? That's
Right.
before she comes back as a zombie.
Yes, but why did the armor go back? It doesn't matter.
Moira, honey, the Drider was controlling the armor.
Right. But why did it go back to where it was? And now it's covered in dust. And it wasn't before? Was it all in our heads?
Nothing makes sense here.
Okay.
Well,
I just want to smite something now.
You know what? Let's do that. There's got to be something to smite around here.
can I waddle to the altar that was not covered in webs?
Absolutely. You start to make your way around the various spaces to get back towards, to get to close to where the altar is. And as you approach, the braziers burst to life.
Leanna, I think you're up.
And Leanna kind of glances, down at where I'm not exactly sure what role you see me filling here.
Okay, this is where they did the sacrifices, right?
Yes.
Or the ritual? Okay, and your deity doesn't like that because that's wrong. So now you're here to help fix it.
As
You
when
know what was wrong, right?
as you're extolling the need for Leanna to become involved, you notice 3 shimmering figures behind the altar.
Hello.
Honk.
There is nothing to be done. No, there's nothing. Her god can't help her here. No, the gods can't help her as they each take turns speaking. You want to be rid of this place? They want to leave. I think they wish to be freed.
We're right here.
A simple matter to be had. A matter to be had. Come closer, and we will tell you what needs to be done, they say in unison.
Do an insight check.
Sacrifice.
I'll let you roll it. When was the last time you negotiated and attempted to read the body language of 3 spirits?
As a goose.
As a goose?
As a goose.
Goose are known for their insight, right?
Yeah, in 19.
Oh,
I'm a very insightful goose.
it's the grandmother qualities.
WTH, what the honk? I
Yes.
respect that. I respect that greatly. There's nothing in their inflection to imply deceit.
I guess I'm not looking for deceit. I'm looking for when they ask me to step forward, do I feel like, is it with intent to harm me?
No.
I will take a tentative waddle forward.
You must gather your party. Gather your party before venturing forth.
Honk.
Lynn will waddle up next to Fred.
Got-
Just a goose.
No, they don't have any grapes.
Rob, if you have a minute, you gotta see the picture of these old lady geese I put in Discord is too much.
I'm going to get that out.
This is what I'm imagining while this is all going on.
Right. All I'm going to do with that is go down, and if you're curious, you can check out our Discord linked in the socials. I'm just going to repost that. And I'm not even going to put a context on it. I'm just throwing it on our Discord. As you approach, a white light washes out from the altar and washes over each of you in rapid succession. As the light approaches you, you see off to your peripheral vision that you are standing in a dark cavern lit almost entirely by the 2 red braziers. And in the next moment, as the wave of white passes through you, it opens your eyes to a clearing near a massive mansion. A well-maintained road leads up out of the forest across the manicured lawn towards it. For the moment, Moira looks down and realizes the ground is profoundly far away. And as she goes to say something to Winnie about it, doesn't have to look up at all. As the two women look at each other standing side by side. Moira's skin has a bit of a reddish hue to it. And Winnie's is darker with the similar patterns that she has in her Furball and in her enchanted state. As you glance around, you easily pick out a woman, also with dark skin, that looks strikingly like Sierra, and a tall, slender gentleman in a leather doublet. A nice little trimmed goatee.
Wait, what happened? Did we get Freaky Friday?
As Winnie glances around, you realize that you're not four standing on the road, but you're actually in a mob. And the mob is moving in unison towards the mansion.
Are they the villagers?
Looking around, yeah, it seems like everyone's dressed in relatively common clothes.
Do we recognize anybody that maybe like Lady Chaz, who was a zombie, or any of the ones from the village?
Roll me a history check. And anybody can do it.
Three.
Yeah, is this
The
like
bard really has trouble with history.
Yeah, I like the stories. I was so close. It was on the B for 20 for so long.
I got a 0.
Pardon Paladin for the lose. Oh my God.
12?
12 is good enough. When he glances around, everyone's dressed. No one looks familiar, and their clothes look like decades old in style. The dresses are very, very simple. Whereas as the centuries have gone on, more and more small details have worked their way in, which the granny top half of Winnie would pick up on easily. You glance around, the sky is shrouded in clouds, and there's still, in the lawns and the gardens, the flowers still look like they might have some life left in them still.
You said the sky was clear?
No, shrouded in clouds.
Would it be like a fair assumption to think that we are like in a flashback of some kind to when this event took place?
Quite likely.
Okay. I'd like to communicate that. I think this is a flashback.
Well,
Everyone is in old attire.
it's going to be a flash fire if we don't sort this out.
What just happened? What why are we...
The gentleman next to you with a torch says, everyone knows he has dark magic under that house. He's the reason there's no sun. He's the reason the crops will fail. Even as he still keeps the flowers somehow. And he doesn't even engage you. He just follows the mob forward.
Lynn's going to try to push his way through the crowds where everyone else is.
So
Yeah.
follow the flow in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like I think we are gonna try to stay together, right? Like the four of us grouped in the mob.
Everyone sort of falls in behind Linton as he starts to weave his way forward.
Yeah.
As you approach, the group kind of surges towards the main doors of the house. And you hear a call from ahead. They've barred the door. Someone get a ram. And you see a small group of men start to head off with axes towards the tree line.
Can we think I'm gonna motion for them to kind of, like, the rest of the party to follow me to where we went down in the cellar. Like, let's go around the side sneakily so the rest of the mob doesn't see us.
Okay.
Unless you guys want to wait and see what happens.
I think we know what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're still planning to do that?
Yeah. Is Liana with us?
No. Not that you can tell.
I'm gonna pause and turn back and see if I can see her. Try and detect her.
Oh, you could cast message to her.
Oh, that's true. I can. I'll do that.
You can yeah. You don't see her, but you do see a gentleman in a very similar, simple black doublet and breeches, with a wide-rimmed black hat, who's staying off to the side, who continually extols that this is not the way. Violence is not the answer. That there is a way to solve the problem. It does not need this. That everyone should go back to the town, and we will discuss this like rational people petitioning their lord.
I imagine democracy is the way. Is that my voice?
I'm so tall.
Twitch was democracy. Now we just need a better lord.
What's going on here? I mean, we can guess, but what? Why?
Who are you asking?
Am I asking the guy or am I going to? No, I'm going to send him. I'm trying to figure out if I need to ask the guy. I don't know. I'm going to ask the guy in the black hat and the Liana ancestor.
He looks at you. They've rationalized that the Lord somehow has been engaged in dark magics. And you hear like behind you, 'cause he is the bugger. You also hear the whacks of the axes in the forest. I can't imagine any dark magic is strong enough to shroud the valley in perpetual shadow and overcast. Surely there has to be some other magical or meteorological solution to this.
When did it start?
He glances back around. Not terribly long ago. I would say perhaps 6, 7, 8 months.
What makes you all think that it's dark magic? Like, what evidence do they have?
Quite frankly, they don't have it. We have plenty. Everyone knows. And then you hear like a chorus of everyone knows. And it's been going on for generations. It's an open secret. I heard his children aren't even his own, but his and his sisters. And he doesn't have a sister. That's not the point. Well, it kind of is the point. Shut up.
Linton, do you have any way to see if these people are under something's control?
Not at this level, but
I can pop a detect magic.
I think we're in a dream. There's got to be magic. We could try, I suppose.
It's only 30 feet, though.
This will either be amazing or blinding. It's hard to say which.
Like, do we think it's worth it?
Probably not. Hey, Sierra, want to see if we can intimidate him into stopping?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Oh, this is only going to end disastrously, Linton.
Should we go to the front and try and intimidate him away? What?
Yeah,
What do you-
I throw
okay.
you up on my shoulders.
Yep.
Well, she's-
Oh, no, I'm full size now.
Yeah.
so
Oh, wait,
like,
yes.
what?
Out of habit, I try.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I go for it, and then I'm like, ah.
In fact, there's a moment where Moira turns to fly to the front of the crowd and almost face plants. Because she pushes up on her toes and it's like, oh, there aren't wings. Chirp, 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 chirp.
Sierra and Moira get to the front, Linton will stand with the ancestor and just go, just because their crops are growing right now doesn't mean that, it's black magic. They could just afford a gardener.
Pause. It's black magic.
Unless it's the brand of fertilizer that I don't know why y'all are getting upset for.
And you as you look over it, the flower beds are like nearly dead. There's like no rational reason to think that these are actually prospering flowers. The fact that they have been well cared for is probably the only thing keeping them alive right now. And even that's like, if you look at one the wrong way, it's gonna die. You get to the front of the crowd. How exactly do you intend to intimidate them into stopping again?
Well, we figured we'd get to that when we get up here.
Well, you're there now.
We are.
Yep.
You got ideas?
Do you have anything that could... This sounds like a bad idea, but hear me out.
All right.
Do you have anything that could look like dark magic that we could maybe scare them away with, or maybe lure them away?
Maybe?
Like, you got long legs now, so we can run.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. All right. I'm gonna create Druid craft. Wait, is it a visual? It's a verbal. Okay. So I'm gonna pull up. Do I have my pipes or anything? Do I have instruments?
You have a penny whistle?
Awesome. I pull out the penny whistle, and I'm gonna use the song as well, I think I have to speak it, right? I've done this before. Visual and S's that I have to touch something. I have to sound, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to create an instantaneous harmless sensory effect. What do we do?
The gears are turning.
I'm trying to figure out what I could create that would be the equivalent of like falling leaves, but look like bats or something that would,
You want to summon bats to come flying over them and freak them out.
Yeah. At the same time, I play kind of a spooky tune.
Okay. Okay. Roll me an intimidation.
Spooky skeletons.
Roll the intimidation.
Okay.
I'm
23.
helping however I can.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That is.
Do I get to add stuff to the 23?
Oh no. You have summoned magic and freaked them the hell out.
Okay.
Winnie, if you can step over here with me out of the range of the crowd, we're about to charge.
Yep, I'm coming right with you, Litton.
I feel like we should say something, but I don't know what to do next. I got their attention and got them to back up. Now what?
I just yell, if you think that's scary, you don't even know our wrath yet. Get home and get out of here.
We're on the problem. We'll fix it.
I thought you were trying to lure them away. I didn't know you were making us the targets.
Oh. The pastor glances down at you, and for a moment you realize, oh, you actually are a little shorter than him, which is another odd feeling. He goes, oh, my dear, I'm quite confident we're not targets now.
Oh, Father, this is a pickle we find ourselves in, is it not?
And then you hear the shout from the back, I told you it was dark magics. Those are the witches the Lord employs. And the crowd surges forward as one. Now, you've often wondered what it's like to die. There have been many days where you were sure you would go overboard and slowly fade into the waves. Storms where you were sure you would find your death being flung not just from the ship, but into the rocks around it. Death by impalement on a pitchfork was an experience you had never contemplated. However, as the thought of, so this is what death feels like, starts to enter your brain, that same white light washes out over you.
Just me?
All four of you.
All of us. Okay.
Oh.
It's
Wait, did me and Linton get attacked or no?
Oh gosh, no, you have no idea what death feels like yet.
Okay.
An amazing point of clarity. But it starts at the doors of the manor as the crowd surges in. The last thing that those in the back will see is a group of 6 people with a massive tree log on their shoulders, pushing through the crowd, preparing to ram the door down. As the white light passes over each of you and you blink out the back end of it, you find yourself standing in that underground cave again. There are no benches. No, the braziers are there, and they're burning. The altar is there, and there's a nobleman standing in front of it. You look down at yourselves, and each of you is dressed in the same colors you saw on that shield on the armor. You're not in armor, but you are dressed in the livery of servants of the house.
Oh, I thought we were dressed in the cool armor.
Not that cool. You are not that lucky.
I want to see you in the armor now with a granny shawl over the shoulders.
Oh my god, amazing.
That bonnet over her helmet.
Oh my god. Too good.
You can hear the crashing above as a group is slamming something heavy into a wooden door. The man at the altar looks terrified.
My lord, what do we do? They're coming right now. They're knocking that door right down. They just killed 4 people out there, so...
The other guards, and there's probably about a dozen people down here with you, are looking around. You spot a teenage girl and a preteen boy dressed incredibly well, also standing near the altar. They look terrified at what could happen when the mob reaches them.
Isn't there another way out of the cellar, maybe through the catacombs? We could at least get your family to safety.
There's nowhere else to go. You should save yourselves, each of you, and the Lord says, each of you should flee. Shed your clothes of the house. Find something to wear. There are servants' quarters up the stairs. If you can reach them before the mob does. Dress as peasants. Dress as commoners. Disavow ever having worked in this house.
But it's not true what they're saying. There's no dark magic here, right?
It doesn't matter what's true. It's what they believe. If anyone believes it enough, it becomes the truth.
Why do they believe it?
I can't say. I don't know, but you should get out while you can. And you watch as some of the other servants do leave. And
there is a way just up the stairs, around the corridor. There is a way out of the cellar from the side of the house. We can get out through there. They're not near the side of the house. At least let your children leave.
You can see them to safety.
We'll try. We'll do our best.
They can't die at a peasant's hand. And the boy looks up and goes, "No, father, I'll stay."
Wait, you don't... The best way to honor your father is to live a full life, young man.
Can I do the action movie thing of just punching him in the gut to knock him out?
You're going to punch an 11-year-old in the guts?
Oh, he's 11. Fuck.
Or the dad. Which one are you thinking?
No, I was going to try and get the kid to go, so it's probably just like grab him by the scruff and then just haul him away.
Yeah, throw him over your shoulder?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not a problem. Yeah,
I'll grab the sister and follow up.
The sister starts to she doesn't need to be picked up. She can be led.
Okay.
And as you start to lead her away, you hear something as she drops a beautiful dagger onto the ground that she was holding.
Is it the same dagger that the spider lady was holding?
Oh, that would be really cool if it was,
Fucking whoops.
but it's not. It's too cool looking for that. And you notice that the boy has one, but it's still sheathed. And the father watches as you get to the door and goes, I will never die at a peasant's hands. And you look as he leans back against the altar and plunges his own dagger into his chest.
Why didn't he come with us?
Come on.
You know that
That's-
thing
we
about
have to
captains
go.
going down with a ship?
Yeah.
Just
Well, we're
walk
not on a
instead.
ship. We're
Yeah, it
in
never
a
works out well
fucking
for 'em.
house. I vote we go, and I will earth tremor close off the path behind us, and we will get out through the cellar.
Do it.
Okay.
If that's possible.
Yeah, no problem. You start to head up through the cellar, and you can see that people are like, you can just see the formal dress of the house. There's like a maid's apron here. There's a dress here as people are stripping down and grabbing whatever they can find to disguise themselves in.
Oh, Sierra, do you have Pass Without a Trace?
Yes. Sorry, I was trying to find my mute button. I do. I totally cast that.
Okay. No problem. You blend in easily with the crowd. And as you work your way up out of the cellar, you hear a cheer coming up out of the crowd. It's a completely different sound. It's not that guttural scream or the rage, but elation. You emerge from the cellar and have to blink because for the first time in 4 days, you are flooded with sunlight. There is not a cloud to be seen. And the sky is a shade of blue you had forgotten exists.
That's That's almost more concerning than the clouds, to be honest with you.
I am going to cast a message to Leanna. What is going on where you are?
You hear nothing in response.
Oh, come on, you can reply to this.
The cleric you are attempting to reach is not available. Please leave a message after the...
We really should get moving before the crowd gets here.
Yep. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah. This is all while we're running, I
Yeah.
assume.
Yeah,
The,
yeah.
the crowd has, you can see the crowds milling around on the gardens in front of the house, and they're cheering and hugging each other. You can hear shouts that we knew it all along, coupled with, of course he's dead. Why do you think the sky is back?
I still want to avoid them.
Yeah. I don't want to talk to these people either. Maybe, ooh, do we see the father, the pastor guy?
Yeah.
Is he like away from people?
Oh yeah, he is not anywhere near the crowd.
Can we beeline it for him with the kids?
Sure.
Okay.
Why doesn't one of us try and get him to come join us with the kids? We'll try and get the kids to the woods.
Yeah, kind of signaling him if he can.
He sees you and
Yes.
he glances around before he narrows his eyes a bit as you're making a point of not being hidden. And then kind of blinks and looks around like somewhat panicked before rushing to your side. You really need to find a change of clothing very quickly.
No, Father, but
need to get
see,
him
we
safe.
have the kids and their dad's dead, and we need sanctuary, Father.
Yes. I had heard. Is he dead?
Yes.
How?
He took his own life. Let's not talk, but the kids are right here.
The girl looks and goes, we were prepared to do the same.
There's no need for that.
She glances up at the sky. Not now, there's not.
Why would your father think killing himself would bring the sky back?
He didn't.
Theory.
But
they needed a proper sacrifice.
Yeah.
Oh, it
Yeah.
kept getting. They need more, and this
Because he
whatever
sacrificed himself on the altar.
well, whatever they've been giving stuff to over the years, it's just not enough anymore. Like loaves of bread and a piglet, not enough. Wants a human soul.
And as you say that, a white light washes out from around you. You're on the road again, but now you're walking towards the manor. A young man in a rich velvet robe stands in the middle of your company.
Hello.
And he's walking with purpose towards the house.
Is
Sir,
it still?
explain to me again what we're doing.
The sky is, there are clouds, but it's not completely blackened. The smell in the air reminds you of spring, the planting season.
Does this young man in a velvet robe look awfully like either A, the father, or B, the son?
No.
Does he look like the aldersman?
No.
Does he look like they've got a group of people going to do a sacrifice for the spring planting?
As you glance behind you, you notice that there is a crowd coming up the road behind, but he is leading the way.
Does the crowd look angry?
I would not describe it as angry, no. It seems more, not festive, but more somber, like spiritual, I guess would be a good word to use. Reflective.
Is there one among them that looks absolutely terrified?
No.
There's
Are there
somebody that
any
looks like a
pigs around?
sacrifice?
Dude, yeah, are we supposed to be?
Oh no.
Yeah.
The young man walking with you kind of looks sideways. I appreciate the attempt at humor, but I'm quite proud of what I'm doing for my friends and my family.
Oh, you don't need to do this.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
What do you mean?
You don't need to kill yourself for sunlight. You don't. You know what? Because it's not gonna be enough. It's just not. I'm
Magana,
sorry.
this is not funny.
It's not. It really isn't. You shouldn't take this so lightly.
I don't. It's an honor.
It's not an honor. It's a waste of life.
My name will be recorded in the books of the Town Alders Council. My
And those
family
books
will
be
have...
burned.
No, they won't.
The generation after you won't even know this has happened. I guarantee it.
If you don't want to be one of my honor guard, then you're absolutely free to return to your family and walk with them.
Well, what honor guard would just let you do this?
The one that respects my decision?
Linton, remember your plan that we had with the kid and it didn't really work, but we could do that here. Just-
Yes, we will honor him greatly by standing close. I
Right.
understand.
Uh-huh. And then what about all of them?
In my experience, running from a crowd leads to not death.
Very invigorating. Good exercise.
You have a chance to look at the robe he's wearing, and it is not one that fits him well. It's incredibly well crafted, but it has signs of wear that indicate it has been used for many years to this purpose.
They have been sacrificing people for years. I knew it. They
Can you
were
remind me of what
awful.
the dad had been wearing when they didn't like peel that off him?
No, they did not.
Okay.
That'd be horrific.
That doesn't play well with the no. No, this is something completely different. In fact, as you glance back at the crowd, the history nerd in the family, Winnie, would pick up on the fact that this isn't a couple years later. This might be decades later. The young man... Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, how long does it normally last when someone gives their life for this?
It's for a season.
You think your life is worth one season?
Look at how many people are fed. It would not be without the sun to feed the crops.
Why would you not try to find the root cause of this instead of just feeding this monster year after year? You're smarter than this, and you're stronger, and you have more to offer these people than a Band-Aid solution.
Megana, you are dismissed as my honor guard. Return to everyone else.
No?
And as
I'm
he
right here.
says that, the white light washes out again. You're standing in the center of the alderman house's yard. Everyone is gathered. You can see where they are beginning to mill about, and you watch as several guardsmen make their way and are talking to one of the men of every household. And they hand over a stack of papers, which the guardsman looks over and takes up and collects with the others. And after a few moments, the guardsmen begin to work their way towards the front, and they set all of their leaflets inside the same box. One of the guardsmen then turns, and a gentleman in a similar robe steps up. As the first alderman, it is my solemn duty to draw the name for this spring's planting season lottery. I take this duty very seriously, and it is with a heavy heart that we complete this, as has been done for generations to ensure a bountiful harvest and the survival of the valley.
I would like to run up and steal the box
I
and run past him if I can, if that's okay, before he could draw us a name.
The guards are ready for people to attempt to charge, and it's not happening.
Can I turn into a giant cow and charge the box?
As cool as that would be, the magics are not complying.
Yeah, okay. I figured, but I still think it'd be funny.
A name is drawn. There's a wail of sorrow from one part of the crowd as the guards move in, and as they start to drag the young woman away, the white light washes over you again. You find yourselves now inside the alderman house. Three people, an old man, a younger man, and a younger woman, all linger back in the shadow behind a pair of statues. You yourselves are further down the hall, equally shrouded. The young woman turns to you. Come on, keep up.
Okay.
The seven of you creep into the Alderman Council room. The only way to describe a space this large, this ornate, and this audacious. The eldest of the group makes his way to the table and pulls out a large gilded box. He opens it. Turns to the rest of you. You can see it here. It's a trick top. They rig the lottery.
That's some shady stuff right there.
As he says that, you watch as a man in the alderman's robes strides in from the far side of the room. Perhaps it is rigged, but now we know two things, my dear friend. First, this season proves terribly challenging, and there will need to be 3 people drawn from the lottery box. The second thing we know is who those 3 people will be. Guards, seize them.
The guards you're just cool with this? You could be next. Your families could be next. One dirty look.
The white light washes over you a final time, and you're back in the cavern under the mansion. We seek justice. Justice, indeed justice. All of them shall die.
I mean, I get it.
Break the tradition, and you'll break this curse.
The centermost spirit reaches out and takes the hands of the 2 on either side of him. And you recognize for a moment the 3 spirits haunting this basement.
Oh, is it Dad and kids?
No, it's the last 3, isn't it? That discovered it was bad? That it was rigged?
We were silenced because we would expose the alderman families for who they were. Corrupt. And there's only one justice to be had. The people of the valley will happily lay their lives down to protect those traditions. So we say let them. Help us end it.
We will. You just told us the answer.
They won't listen. There's only one outcome.
Bring
us the artifact from the chapel, and with it we can ensure that justice is done in the valley.
Artifact.
What is your justice? Yeah.
And
oh, right. Yeah. What's your justice?
everyone.
Would that include us now that we've eaten the food?
Bring us the artifact. Let us
Yeah.
exact our revenge on the valley, and we ensure you will pass out of the mists unharmed.
Are
What
you
about-
good people?
Yeah, what about your friends and your family? The people who didn't know. You want all them to suffer and die as well? It's just the Eldermen.
Everyone was complicit.
People
There's
get scared.
ignorance from lack of information, and then there's compliance.
Liana? Linton?
Lyndon
think
keeps
this
wanting to
might
say
be-
something.
There has to be another way. Oh, there's my voice. Hi.
We offer you no additional choice. Either help us complete our work or join them.
Let me ask you this. Is a successful outcome revenge? Or is a successful outcome peace and food and light?
There is no peaceful outcome.
That's not what I asked. I guess it's your answer. Liana? Liam?
She's not present.
All right, what'd you do with her? Or did she run?
She's been returned to the chapel. We thought we would give her a head start.
Why?
Oh, fark.
She's gonna do it.
We gotta go.
Deal with
Definitely.
Ugh,
She doesn't like the people of this town. She'll let them die.
yeah.
And then make a safe haven for
Oh,
her
but she
people.
saved them, too.
Only because we made her.
No, she did it on her own. We killed the guy, and
That's
then...
true.
Yeah, we
know
as
what?
a group killed the guy.
Yeah,
not
oh,
any-
okay.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
for another time.
You know what? Ring check, Ghost Trio. We're gonna go confirm with Liana, and if we do come back with the artifact, we'll see you then.
hold that thought. Don't do anything till we get back.
Could you also pause the zombies
Alright,
while we're doing this, just so we get your artifact faster?
The artifact will protect you from the zombies.
But we need to get there.
Yes.
We need to
Yeah.
get there.
Then
Come
I would
on.
hurry.
Oh,
You're not helping yourself that way. Just saying.
And
What if we brought you the Elderman?
they're
the altar.
all complicit. There will be no sacrifices on this altar again. The only way to be sure.
You become the very thing you were fighting against.
Die
I'm
a hero
following. Let's go out.
or live long enough.
We can
We'll
argue
end
some
line.
Moira, we can argue semantics when we confirm what Liana wants to do.
I'm walking with you. I'm just
Wait,
commenting.
Is
Just
there-
one more question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. No, you go
No,
ahead.
it's fine.
You
Go
asked the
ahead.
better questions.
I'm not
when
asking a
talking.
question. I was actually gonna. Is there something on this altar that they keep sacrificing themselves over, or is it just like a slab?
It's just at this point, it's just a slab.
There's no like bowl or dagger or.
Not at this point, no.
All right.
But
Was
this
there
one
something you were?
started-
Oh yeah. What were you hoping was there?
I don't like
Really
the
fancy
like.
dagger.
I mean, I think the artifact is the dagger, but I didn't know if he like leaned over a bowl or I don't know, something.
Your
that was
arcana would
collecting.
suggest that it's probably the location more than the item.
Okay.
In fact, it almost feels like this is the kind of place you could like find a pocket to rip through space-time in and move between domains of dread.
Based on those visions that the spectral people gave us, do we think the dad killing himself was the first sacrifice?
Yep.
So something was happening before that.
Yes.
Oh, he
Sacrifice
was the
just
one who
put it
amped
at
it
bay.
up. Like, they had to give exactly as much as they were giving, and then he was the first human sacrifice, and then after that, maybe, like, nothing was good enough, except for that. Like, you keep raising the stakes, you can't go back kind of deal.
I think somebody earlier said it better, that they unlocked a god took that sacrifice and was like, I see.
Yeah, that would be the cleric you guys don't like.
Yeah.
We're trying. She's not making it very easy. And
I like
not
her
very
just
likable.
fine.
I am following Linton out as we're doing this.
Which then leads us on a fun question. When you guys get to the artifact, what's your plan with it? Stand with the town and fight off the zombie hordes? Or hand it over to the zombie lord themselves and let them have their justice?
No, I've never tried stabbing a ghost,
Ooh, sounds
but
fun.
I bet it would be fun.
And at 10 o'clock, that's the question we're going to wrap up on. That's the cliffhanger. Now, I would really like it, though, if Molly and Pon can have their characters roll a quick D20.
Oh boy.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
I had to
Ooh.
roll bad.
Oh
eventually.
my god, not much. I got a 4.
Oh, you guys both failed a death save. It has no meaning because you're not actually dying, but I promised you death saves tonight.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Rude.
That was awesome.
Just remember, y'all keep coming back of your own volition.
We do.
It's just this is all optional. This is all suffering of your own choice.
And I love it.
You do. You do. And we love you for it. We absolutely do. Whew. I didn't think you were going to make it tonight, but I think we got to the cliffhanger I wanted to get you to.
It was impressive.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we are likely to be back next week, but there's a possibility we're going to take a week off because next week's also the last week of the Kickstarter. And we might do a session to hang out with that particular cast to start brainstorming characters, because we did hit our goal for the custom character art. And I would love if our artists can block out her time to do the artwork and coordinate with all of you, chances possibly to be live on stream with her when she does, so she can take your input. It might be a bit of scheduling, but we might make it work. So I'm thinking we might do that if RJ is willing to wait an extra week before we gaggle up to finish this. And if he's like, no, I need to see how it ends, then we'll do that, because I can't wait to see what you guys do with this. This is my favorite moment of the entire adventure, is sending you off on this particular question. And Juan, thank you for all of your support tonight. It's been good having you hanging out with us, feeding the Book of Fate, which has not been terribly needed, but don't worry, it will next time, because the excrement has hit the oscillating cooling device, as they say in Utah, because you can't say shit there. Going around the table, where do we? Oh heck no. Where do we find you guys? If we're not meeting here on a Wednesday, where do we find you? And we're gonna actually go. We're gonna start with. Let's start with Molly, and we'll work our way around the table.
I'm not gonna be. Well, we're playing our game. Hopefully this Saturday.
Hopefully.
Hopefully this Saturday we will be playing the Candlekeep game, and I am so excited because I miss playing Ember so much, and we are trapped in a library, and I'm terrified. So hopefully this weekend for that, which will be good. And if I have time, I did say that I was going to try and work on Sunday some very quick sketches of the Convergence character that I do have in mind. So I think it might be a little bit helpful.
Ooh.
A couple ideas that I have kicking around the old noggin.
I dig it. Yeah, this will be kind of fun. Pond, how about you? What's coming up in your week?
So I will be streaming some Fire Emblem Three Houses on Friday. I'm playing It Takes Two on Friday with a friend. Sorry. But then I will be playing D&D over at my channel, That Other Pond, on Sunday at 6 p.m. EST. And then Monday I'll be playing Fire Emblem. So, yeah.
Fun. Tiffany, any fun gaming coming up in your universe this week?
Yeah, I've got my off-stream D&D adventure tomorrow. We are trying to figure out what the heck we're doing. We are currently breaking into a house, I believe, with a chicken, but we've left the skeletal horse in the stables, so he's not hurting our stealth rolls. We are also on Candlekeep on Saturday. Fingers crossed for that one. I continue to try and find time to read up on Humblewood to run it. My children are very, very patient. That's all the excitement going on here.
Sweet. And RJ, I know you've got a lot of games on your plate. What are the fun ones in the next 7 days we can check on?
Within the next 7 days, we have tomorrow coming up over at G Game Nights. We are doing some Good Society with Magic. I think we're near the end game, like plot-wise, in this cycle. So come check that out. We're about to overthrow the government.
So no small thing.
Down with the bourgeoisie. On Saturday, over again at G Game Nights, we're doing Mistborn, which will be great. I'm a Khandra who likes to say, I'm going to borrow your face for a while. They are shapeshifters, and they are fun. Sunday, over at the Hype Goblins channel in the AM, we're going back to our regular scheduled programming, so it's going to be great. Finally, Sunday night over at the Lady Dames, where we're using Tailspire, a virtual board system that's honestly really fun. I think we're about to go on a smuggling run. That's great. Finally, over at the Indoor Adventures on Monday, we've talked to Asmodeus. Now we're gonna fight Zariel. So we're in the 9th Circle of Hell, about to fight an Archdevil.
Nice.
It's gonna be great. She's like CR 26. She has a flail for a hand.
And then on Tuesday you rest?
Tuesday I sleep.
Okay.
mostly.
Whew. I'm like, and you're breathing in here somewhere? I thought I had a full schedule.
In this economy, I can't afford to breathe, but I do sleep.
I feel that. I feel that on a lot of levels. Okay, as we wind down, my name, by the way, is Rob, aka Lantern Noir. I'm going to be back on Friday. I'm doing more Baldur's Gate 3. Saturday, I'm going to be doing the Candlekeep game, hopefully, if we can make our schedules work. The downside when you have 5 adults is sometimes something happens and you all kind of go, crap. And you all take your calendars back out again. You go, okay, let's find it. And then Sunday night is my Curse of Strahd game. And then we're back here on Wednesday for something. I'm going to talk to the players. We're going to negotiate what it's going to be. Is it going to be more of this, or is it going to be the first Convergence Session 0 to kind of talk about what that game's going to look like? And the other thing I'll mention is that Friday's after school stream double dips because it's also my birthday stream. I'm entering my prime this year as I turn 47. Technically tomorrow, but Thursdays are terrible days for me to stream on. So I'm going to pretend it's my birthday on Friday. So I get a whole year of reminding people that I'm in my prime. And then I'm 48, and 48 is divisible by like freaking everything. So it's definitely no longer my prime. But what we're going to do is we're going to ship y'all out because I believe very strongly in rating people that are fun content creators or friends of the channel or good people or people playing interesting games. And this guy hits all of them. His name is, he goes by Science Streams. He streams all kinds of fun edutainment content. And tonight he's playing the board game Wingspan on stream. And if you've never seen it, you will want to buy the app and the actual physical board game when you're done. It's a beautiful game about collecting birds. And it's incredible. It's like a shockingly well-made board game. So you can hang out with him. Tell him we said hi. Typically on a raid out, I don't follow along because I want to talk to my players. So give him my regards. I'll try to pop in before I go to bed. And until the next time we meet up to play dice, please stay safe. We're almost out of this, and I can't wait to see everybody in person for our live games at Gen Con 2022. But we got to get there, and that's all of us doing our parts. Stay safe.